with discipline, considering their discipline's already -6 and elite's 0. So they basically cannot fail to take an order. Okay. Recording. Alright, I just showed, or just gave you guys all a handout. Guys will be here. Alright. So, just over 2 weeks ago, Lady Talia's honor guard had been ambushed and taken unaware on a way back from the north to her home in the Kingswood at the Lodge, an ancient keep built in the dawn of the Seven Kingdoms. Taken and tortured, her retinue eventually escaped after taking horrible wounds at the hands of their torturer. It was a long trek, one that Peter, the captain of Lord Garth's personal guard, did not survive. Black Ben and Sir Theomer were the only to tell the tale. Lord Garth sought vengeance and justice. His wife was missing, but he knew only tempered steel would strike down his enemies. But when he received word from his son, Damon, that an old foe wished to treat with him concerning a new threat to the Kingswood, he knew it was time to strike. Lord Garth, along with Otto, the master-at-arms of the Lodge, and Peter's father, Black Ben and Theomer, rode out with their soldiery to meet the Whores, an old group of poachers that had constantly been a thorn in the Lord's side. The meeting, as one might expect, was contentious, but in the end, the Whores were given a pardon in exchange for employment and seeing the well-being of the local small folk. There, they found Damon and his men, and with their forces near whole, launched an attack on their enemies and decimated their meager forces. And yet, the wounds for House Hilwood continued as Lord Garth's eldest son, Damon, was killed in the fighting. Afterward, the defiled and beaten Talia Hilwood was found clinging to life. Lord Garth sent Jack the Axe, the leader of the Whores, to a nearby settlement for aid. Now, a new report had come to Lord Garth and his men. The lodge itself was under attack. Alright, one moment. And of course. Okay. Lord Garth's rout of the enemy was complete. Most men were killed or fled into the woods. There were few that were captured, and they did not seem to know overly much. They were tasked with raiding villages in the Kingswood. None seemed to have any knowledge of the plans to attack the lodge. No matter the questioning method, this seems true. Now, on the banks of the Windwater, Lord Garth must decide their next course of action as the lodge is under attack. Heartbroken from the loss of his son, Lord Garth's next few days will enter in the histories written by maesters. Okay. Feel free to roleplay. You are currently back on the edge of the Windwater, a couple hours from the battle site. Your forces, for the most part, have survived. You have some Lord Damon's or Sir Damon's personal guard. Took the worst of it. Everybody else took minor injuries and minor wounds. So you're near full force that you left the lodge with, at least. So feel free. You're about 2 days from the lodge at a normal pace. So go ahead and roleplay.
I think the person that we got this information from was a little boy, correct?
Yeah, he's one of your pages.
Ah, okay.
He's like 12.
Black Ben goes up to Lord Garth and says, "My lord, while the men reorganize, I'd be more than able to lead a scouting party ahead to clear the way for our return to the lodge."
Lord Garth just kind of stands there for a minute, kind of not able to really kind of process what's kind of going on because of the trauma that he's faced. You know, losing his son, his wife is in a poor state. His home is now being ransacked, and he seems kind of out of it. But he snaps. It's maybe like a paused moment that he spends with you, like his back to you, and he turns and says, "I think that would be wise, but I don't think we're going to be sneaking up on this one."
Meanwhile, Otto busies himself organizing, rallying the troops.
I agree, Lord Garth. I don't believe we'll be sneaking up on them, but I would like to make sure that they have no surprises or ambushes for us as we return.
Makes some sense. I shall see what Otto says about the matter. But all I wish to do is I wish to get home. I have sons that need protecting, and the lodge shall not fall. And Lord Garth, gives like a rally cry of like, "We stand here," as his troops kind of, recollect themselves.
So the victory, that you guys just had seems to inspire them, and they all like start cheering as you call your words of your house.
And at this point, I'm kind of helping herd them around, little sheep dog that Lord Garth is.
Yeah.
And he's more or less trying to busy himself, not trying to ignore Black Ben for the moment, but he's just trying to deal with the situation in a way that isn't rude, in the best way that he would know how.
Black Ben is in total understanding of Lord Garth's behavior and understands it's his cue to leave and go converse with the scouts and prepare them for a potential immediate departure.
Okay. So everybody gets the forces ready to go. It doesn't take that long. They've already marched a couple hours to this area. Theomar helps in that task. And now it's time to decide what to do. The daylight is rapidly failing. It's about to turn into night. So, as I say, it'll take you approximately 48 hours at a normal pace with camping and all that stuff included to get back to the lodge with this size of a force.
I think at this point he's probably called his confidants and he's brought everybody together. Otto, I wanted to bring this to your attention.
I am a lord.
Ben has suggested that it might be wise to send the scouts ahead. I'm in agreement with this, but we need every man we can get. And how are the men feel? How are they? Are they capable for a hard ride?
Aye. They've got a ride in them. And as far as the scouts, I think we should send them ahead, my lord. The sooner we get eyes on things, the better.
Black Ben.
Aye, my lord.
Vanish.
It will be done. Like Jack the Axe on Bath Day.
Too bad he's not here.
Take the horse with you. You might need them.
Aye, my lord. Ben is a little hesitant to say that aye, but he does know the enemy of his enemy is currently his friend, and they are a capable folk.
You're taking all the horrors?
Yeah, because that'd be 100, and then I only have a third string scout unit, so what, about 130 men?
Yep. All right, so what is Lord Garth going to do with the remainder of the forces? Obviously, the scouts can move faster than everybody else, your footmen. Are you going to press, or are you just going to go at a normal pace? If you press, you probably can take about a half day off.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, that would basically mean a very fast, a pretty good pace and not much sleep.
Yeah, I think Lord Garth would be down. He's a stout man, Lord Garth. If Otto says his men can do it, then his men can do it.
Well, they're on a high from the victory, and the house itself is in danger. So, if ever they can, now they can.
And here it comes to fail utterly and miserably.
All right, so let's deal with the scouts first. So the scouts take off and they outpace the rest of the forces by quite a distance. They probably end up a couple hours ahead of you. And so let's roll. Let's just do Ben's awareness notice.
All right, he does have keen senses, so he can re-roll ones. It says he has bonus dice and notice. I'm not sure what that means, but let me get a roll here.
It says he does have bonus dice?
I put a notation on there, but I didn't. I have no recollection of what that notation is.
I have you have it. I have you having notice too. So just click that.
I got it for you. Let me. Ooh, I can re-roll 1-1.
Okay, it's better than a 3. No. Okay. So Black Ben and his men are creeping along there. They stay off the main roads, as you might expect. And as you come across a small hill, you see what looks like a half dozen, what you assume are scouts. And they don't seem to appear, or they don't appear to see you.
Black Ben motions everyone to stop and take a knee while he peers through the dimly lit night to verify how many there are, to see if there are any off in the trees, and just to kind of get a good lay of what he's looking at or may have to deal with.
Yeah, it looks like that they're actually camped, and from what you can tell, a couple of them are sleeping. And from every kind of military training you would have been a part of, this would be some sort of, advanced scout force to see when the enemy's coming, right? And then report back.
Black Ben looks at some of the sergeants and leaders of the combined unit and motions for them that they will in fact be attacking. The plan right now is to capture for information. In addition, if they do try to flee or it looks like they might escape, to kill them, but information is paramount right now. So if they are encamped, our goal would be to take probably someone who would qualify as the most stealthy along with Black Ben to get around and basically flank them to allow the rest of the group to come in and take them unaware, and then they would be basically the firing unit in case anyone got too far away.
Okay, go ahead and roll stealth. Okay, so you and a couple other guys move slowly around and kind of surround them in the trees, and they don't seem to notice you. There's two guys sitting there awake, just kind of nonchalantly just leaning up against a tree, not asleep, and there's a few more that are asleep. They don't have a fire, obviously. They're smart enough for that. But they're not... You can tell that they're not actually soldiers. They're not walking a perimeter. They're just sitting there.
Okay. In that case, Ben will give whatever predetermined signal there was to overrun them and attack.
Okay. You rush down into the camp and take them totally by surprise, and easily capture them before they can do anything. It's very reminiscent of how they captured you a week or two ago. Then they just throw up their hands in shock. Don't kill us, don't kill us.
I am not your master. I am not a torturer, but you will tell my lord everything he needs to know about who has assailed the lodge.
And they look at each other and they nod. They're like, we'll join your forces. Sure, we know quite a bit about them. They're easily turned, it seems.
Blackman is instantly suspicious of them and asks very pointedly, why would you be so willing to turn your cloak on those you serve?
It's like, money is not worth a noose.
And why do you seek this money? Why are you doing this?
Because we're poor. We want to be rich like the lords. Sleep in fancy beds with fancy women. And the guy smiles.
Your smiling is not making this easy. Blackman kind of paces back and forth, remembering to the torture he was subject to not too long ago. And says, and what of your masters? What cruelty do they possess? Why would they, commit the atrocities they've committed if all they want is money?
He shrugs and he's like, our leader doesn't torture. I don't know what you're talking about. Our leader is Simon Toyne of House Toyne.
And what of the crazed man? Blackman recalls the description or the look of him and describes it to them. Who is this crazed knight?
They look at each other and they go, we don't know his name. He just goes by the Smiling Knight. That's what they call him. I've never heard him speak his own name before. And
when did you sack the lodge? And what are your plans with it?
It's like, they want hostages. They should be attacking it now. We never went with them. We were sent out here instead to keep watch for any forces coming back.
How many of them are there again?
Of you? Or of them?
No, of them.
Oh, you're asking them that?
Yeah. Well, no, I mean that I'm talking to right now.
Oh, there's about 6 of them.
Okay. And how many of your comrades are planning to attack the lodge? How many are there?
He's like, there's a couple hundred, I guess.
Black Ben thinks and rubs his chin and itches his hair a moment with his left hand and looks at the 6 of them and holds up his hand that is partially missing 5 fingers, and he counts them and he goes, 5 nooses for 5 fingers. And he thinks a moment, and then kind of a smirk comes across his face, and he goes, and a 6th noose for Peter's Peter. And he looks to the scouts and looks to the whores and goes, I'm of the opinion to put these 6 swinging from trees. What say you?
Everyone agrees wholeheartedly with you, except the people you're about to hang, who he throws up his hand. He's like, I told you everything you wanted to know. Why? And he just turns and bolts. And they all try to scatter and run.
Black Ben pulls his crossbow up. Ben says to everyone, I mean, I know they're encircled, but yeah. Pew, pew, die.
Yeah, so basically you and your men that are surrounding them pick them off rather quickly and violently as they try to run. The one guy that you were talking to, you just shoot him straight in the chest. One of the other guys gets kind of wounded more than killed, and he's pulling himself across the ground, slowly, away from you, just kind of groaning.
Ben walks up to him. He won't be cruel like the Smiling Knight and his fellow soldiers were. That night they had Peter and Walter, Ben tied to the tree, and looks down to him and says, there are ways, and this is not the way, to provide for your family and your kin, and pulls out his sword and runs him through in a quick and efficient manner, not one to draw out the pain and suffering.
Okay, you drive your sword through the back of his neck and give him the gift of mercy. And so you now have information and have disrupted their plans as far as you're aware.
Black Ben says to the fellow leaders, this was one of potentially more scouting parties or listening posts on the way to the lodge. If they're smart, they will have people out in the woods. We must remain vigilant and try to snuff out any more would-be ambushers before the main force arrives. And then he kind of files away the name of Simon Toyne and the Smiling Knight and the approximate 200 men that are going to be used to storm the castle.
Okay. So going back to the main force, you guys have been walking, and it's getting super late. You haven't run into Black Ben yet. And so you're forced to call at least a partial halt so you can rest. And this is probably 3 or 4 in the morning. You set the rallying call for just before dawn, and when you wake up, you notice that one person is missing that has been with you the entire time, and that's Theomar. He's disappeared. No one seems to have seen him leave, but when you call your council of your captains, which he is a part of now, or at least just through de facto being a part of the original torturing and whatnot, he does not call when you send people to look for him. He is not there.
There's a moment where the fresh dew of the morning, the dawn, you can see it visibly just through Lord Garth's breath as he just exhales very heavily. His large lung capacity just visible to all present. And he just kind of looks over at Otto and he says, and this is why I don't trust
hedge knights.
Mm-hmm.
And he just squinches his nose together and shakes his head.
Otto nods. I am a lord. So I did expect better of this one.
So did I. And he spends a few moments to address his soldiers and get them ready and make sure they're all right. And he's probably helping them get everything that they put up down and
yep.
unlordly stuff. Let's put it that way.
So you get right in the muck of it. So before long, you're off, and another day passes or so, and eventually the scouts come back to you, not finding any other signs of the Kingswood Brotherhood, or what they're known as now. You don't know, just bandits. So now Black Ben returns to the main force to report what he knows. You are about, I'd say a half a day away from the lodge at this point.
Black Ben comes up to the main force and finds the Lord and nods in respect to him and says, "My Lord, I come across one of their patrols. They're being led by a man called Simon Toyne, and the man that tortured CMR, myself, and was responsible for the death of Peter is called nothing more than the Smiling Knight. They do have a head start on us, but they only number in a few 200. It seems we have destroyed the bulk of their force."
Lord Garth, sitting atop. We don't have horses, do we?
Yeah, you would definitely be on horse. Mm-hmm. At least the captains would be.
He's definitely on his horse, and he kind of chuckles to himself, and he lowers himself onto the ground. It's probably a strange thing for Black Ben. He's probably not had this before, but he kind of overarm reach and embraces you, like, you did a good job, Ben.
Okay.
And he's a little overbearing because he's ecstatic at the news. Says, "Did you learn of the lodge? Has it fallen? You know anything?"
"That we do not know, my lord. With the number of them, we could not chance approaching it lest we be overrun by their forces. However, with what we kept intact, hopefully the changes we made to the defenses, or that you made to the defenses before we left, have held up."
"Hopefully so."
As for, I beg your forgiveness, my lord, but I did take it upon your name to punish the patrol by execution."
"Oh, is that so? Well, can't say they would have fared any better with me at the helm."
Black smiles at that.
What say you, Otto?
Otto chuckles darkly and says, "Maybe a damn sight worse."
So, Lord Garth, roll knowledge for me.
I was going to ask if I could roll status or something like that.
Actually, status would be fine too. Give me 2 minutes there, real quick. Be right back.
While he's gone, do we have any back doors or secret access to the lodge that family members could get out, or we could get in?
I was never given any information about the lodge itself. I only pertain to what it was, but that's something interesting we could find out. I assume there's some type of like that, but you never know.
Yeah, I haven't ever built any such, but doesn't mean there's not.
Yeah, you see in the books, like, I know King's Landing and the Red Keep are vastly different, but it's like, those places have secret access points. You never know how much other places do just for that situation to have a family member get out or...
Okay.
Well, actually, when I was shopping for pictures of castles and got the one that is the lodge, I did see some exactly what you're talking about. This little cave over here is a bolt hole for some castle somewhere, sort of like the Bat Cave.
Okay, did you roll status?
Oh no, I was just waiting for you.
Yeah, no, sorry about that. Yeah,
because I was going to roll status to find out who these I forget the name of the house now.
Toyne,
yeah. Just gonna. Oh wait, no. I might have a. No, I don't. I don't have anything.
That's
pertaining
plenty.
to that.
That's plenty. So, House Toyne is a noble house from the Stormlands. You know that they have some sort. You're trying to recall their coat of arms. It's a. You think it's a winged heart, black on gold with a black border. And you think their words are fly high, fly far. They're fairly minor, except you're pretty sure that there was some thing with House Toyne and Aegon the Unworthy years ago. Right? And this is like almost 100 years ago, or was a little over 100 years ago. And that there was some sort of affair between one of Aegon Unworthy's paramours and a Toyne knight. And pretty much ever since, they've not really been able to get their status back that they had before that. And so you don't know much about Simon Toyne. But as far as you know, House Toyne is still in good status with the king. They're very low, that sort of thing. So
Toyne, fly high, fly far. Well, when I'm done with it, maybe flying from the walls of the lodge. Dare ransack my home.
Black then suggests, I don't know what we have for riders, my lord, or how safe it is to King's Landing, but perhaps we should send a messenger there to inform them of this raiding force attacking the Kingswood, led by Toyne and the Smiling Knight.
You already did send ravens.
You know what? I didn't know if we knew his name then. I'm sorry.
Oh, you didn't know his name, but so yeah, I mean that could be extra information.
I think I might send like the page with like a handwritten note or something that like maybe one of our like maybe Lord Garth himself, he signs it as hastily as he can on the back of his horse. He like steps down and like puts the parchment right next to it and signs something. It's probably illegible or almost illegible, and then he's got like his signature, and it's just badly written, and there's a lot of kid niggets and banditos, and
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so the riders have to go fairly close to the lodge to go back to King's Landing, but they should be able to take a route that's slower, but still gets there. It's up to you which way you want them to go. Because the road that you're going to the lodge with basically is the Kingswood, or the King's Road. So you're back straight towards King's Landing is the way you're going.
Yeah, so basically, I guess what would happen is we would follow the road and he would split off from us.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay. So let's do this. All right. 1 second. All right. I just gave you guys a handout. So, as you approach the ancient seat of House Hilwood, it quickly becomes apparent that something is amiss. Smoke billows into the air, and the telltale signs of battle are plain to see. When in sight, the amount of carnage becomes clear. Chaos has erupted throughout the lower section of the lodge below the keep. Homes burn, and bodies of attackers, defenders, and small folk villagers are scattered about haphazardly. As the Hillwood forces approach the lodge, the attackers seem to look to bloody anyone that enters what they have already taken. Before Lord Garth signals the attack, you spot a man rushing towards you. He is an injured soldier of the lodge. Otto knows him as Brandon. So you're basically within distance below the lodge on the road.
Let that man through. You there, Brandon. Come here.
So he's holding his arm close to his body as in something, it's hurt. And he runs up to you and he's like, just got sweat just pouring down his face. And he nods and he's like, my lords. He's like, Maester Aubrey sent me.
What news, man?
It's like the lower parts of the lodge have fallen. They came in unaware and began killing us from the inside out. The keep is still under the control of your son, my lord. Lord Ryan holds the keep still with your other 2 boys, Adam and Roderick. But they are attacking it.
I think Lord Garth doesn't really. There's like a moment where that's said, and then there's like a neigh of his horse, and he's like out in front of his troops, like just already riding towards the front.
Blackben doesn't even attempt to dissuade Lord Garth and looks over to Otto.
Otto shrugs, spurs his horse after him.
All right, man of action.
Blackben yells to the horse, let's go.
Okay, so here's the situation right now. The lodge is under attack. The keep is safe currently. The lower parts of the lodge are taken. Let me just flip over here real quick.
Ooh, siege rules.
Okay, we're going to do something fairly simple here. It's going to be, what we're going to do is we're going to do discipline checks. And so since you did a force march, all your discipline checks are at the disciplines of your troops are +3. Okay, so you have to hit those marks to make your discipline checks. Since you did a force march, you'll be facing an unknown commander there. What we'll do is everyone who wants to do warfare command rolls can. If you do not want to, you do not have to. What we will do is we are going to do discipline rolls, contested discipline rolls. So, for instance, he's going to roll a discipline roll against 1 unit, and then you will do against 1 unit of your choice, and essentially he will, since there's more of you than him, he will be going against all your rolls. So if you don't roll, he can't beat you, right? But if you do roll and you roll shitty, he can beat you, okay? But then you can also have more chance to, be better than him. The first to 6 successes wins, and now we can start. I will let Lord Garth go first because his status is the highest and his warfare is the highest.
I'll just tell you right now, Blackman is not participating in warfare roles. He knows his specialty.
Okay, well, yeah, I mean, so I'm going to. So what are my targets here?
So if you roll, another thing, you can only roll. So basically, Garth can roll for one unit, and Otto cannot roll for that same unit. For instance, because Lord Garth's personal guard is 0. It'll be 3. You'll be rolling against a 3. So,
okay. Is there any way that I could have taken Damien's guard at this point?
If you want to, they're worse, but they're much worse, in fact, because they got disorganized. So,
okay, yeah. Well, Otto, I'm not gonna give you my personal troops. I'm sorry, dear old friendo pal.
Not a problem.
But I think from a thematic standpoint, that I think Otto should be doing a lot of the rolling for warfare, honestly. Other than like my personal guard unit, and then maybe the odd, through the middle of the haze of battle.
That's fine too. I think Otto has good warfare anyway. I mean, he can.
I was gonna say
he can command the other.
A green personal guard unit's base discipline is 3, so being force marched, it's now 6. So I mean, it's not like some.
It's still really good
number.
It's not like you're doing criminals, right? It's like personal guard is the best units to have in this sort of situation because they have the best discipline. So.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to take my personal guard and just get into the thick of it.
Okay, that's fine. So go ahead and so your personal guard, you're aimed at a 3. Technically, you should be negative 6, but since that just equals out 0, we'll make it 3. So whatever. Okay, so go ahead and roll your warfare command, and we'll figure out how many successes you get.
And then let me look at inspiring. See if it would apply.
So
that's just additional commands.
So that's 4 right there anyway. So that's 4. Okay, let's do his. And then we'll offset, right? Whoever's got the most, the lowest will subtract from that. So he got 2. So you get 2 successes already. Okay? Makes sense?
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Otto. So the best discipline you have right now is it's basically tied. The scouts have 6, the horse have 6, and Damon's personal guard has 6. So you can. It doesn't really matter which one you choose.
I guess thematically, the personal guard unit makes the most sense.
Right.
All right.
So it's 3 minus 2. That's 1. So Black Ben is not going to go this round, right?
No, he's not going to tempt fate.
Okay. So essentially you command your men to attack. And as you saw with Hilwood, it's basically a steep climb, so they have an advantage over top of you, but your men are better trained, better armed, and start pushing into the center of the lodge. But there's pretty much chaos so far. So you guys can describe the scene around you if you want. Might be good. Describe how you're commanding your troops and what to do, and give it some fluff.
So Garth, as when Brandon just kind of started shouting, they're attacking, they've taken the lower levels and they're pushing up into the higher keep. Garth kind of just charged out in front. Like he acknowledged Brandon. He looked at him for a moment and just kind of like it just was instantaneous after that. He just charged forward and there's like a slow thud and the other two characters did what they had done, looked between each other and conversed. Mm-hmm. And as that happened, like the soldiers behind him, because Lord Garth has the inspiring trait, just kind of like they're screaming the words, they just charge, right after him, just
defending their home, right?
Yeah.
Otto?
And they it's just like a full clash of like the Garth's best guys of just straight into some unit. Though we don't know what it is yet. It's somebody who's like ransacking the town and is like, oh shit, there's heavily armored guys running at me now.
Right. Yeah, the guys you're charging into are much less armored than you are. That's for sure.
And in the wake of Garth's armored charge, Otto and the next unit are cleaning up the survivors.
Protecting the rear, basically, like bringing it up.
Right.
Yeah.
Eliminating any chance that there's a pocket of resistance behind us.
So what's Black Ben doing?
Black Ben is supporting from the rear with ranged attacks, picking off these survivors of the enemy that aren't immediately killed by the onrushing Lord and Otto. Basically, they're cleaning up the mess as they plow through the enemy forces heading towards the keep.
Okay, so let's go ahead and roll again. Lord Garth, if you want to roll your warfare one more time.
That I do. I do wish to roll my warfare.
20. 4 degrees of success. So that's 2 again. And then he'll roll.
Come on. All right.
15. So that is 15 versus that. So that's 2 degrees of success. So 2, you're at 5, Otto.
Okay.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I know what's going to happen. Okay, so you guys push up into the lodge where the steep roads, part of the roads come, and you're running, basically charging people with your horses and pushing them off the side of a cliff. And there are a lot of people falling to their deaths. And just as you've definitely defeated them, and they're not going to be able to counterattack, but your men are just in such a huge scrum. They aren't actually able to push through very well to the top to do anything. So essentially, you might be able to take a couple men with you and make for the keep. You see in the distance that the keep has been breached, from what you can tell, and you don't see any men attacking it, but definitely you see the aftermath of a battle up there during this fighting down here, which took probably 2 or 3 hours, right?
I think I'll leave some like lieutenant in charge of holding the line with the troops, fighting amongst the people there. And I think he looks to maybe Black Ben and he says, I know you want to be here for us, Ben, but you have talents that we don't. You know the grounds of this area quite well. Otto does as well, but I need you to find my children. I need you in there. I will get you in there. I'll create a distraction. Just get in there. Get my kids. Get my children, my boys. And go.
Black Ben trailing the large scrum of personal guards steamrolling through the raiders, looks up to the keep, seeing that the door has been breached, and hears his lord's commands and yells, "It will be done," and looks to Otto and asks him, "You know this keep much better than I. Will you please help me retrieve his children?"
And Otto glances to Lord Garth.
Otto, I'll leave it to you. You can. If anyone I'd ever want beside me when I do this, if I'm taking a few men up that hill with me, it'd be you, Otto. I'd prefer to have you there myself. Someone's got to show these young boys how to fight.
And Black Ben quickly suggests perhaps we should take a few of the whores to keep the entrance secure once we go through, to make sure no one comes up on our backside and traps us.
So one of Lord Garth's personal guard, and he's probably the lieutenant now that Peter is gone. His name's Renaud, and he comes up and he's like, "Lord, let me come and be your shield to aid you in this fight."
Lord Garth realizes what this kind of might mean. He's probably been in some hairy situations back when he fought in the Blackfire rebellions with Otto and company, and he kind of understands what this might mean. Even a young man such as Renaud might die. Who's hopeful to be something of a knight and possible future.
Sure.
And he says if and how what do I know about Renaud? Does he have any?
Renaud is he's born in the lodge to a fairly well-off family. He could have done other things instead of joining the personal guard. He did so out of duty to you, and he looked up to the Master of Arms, which had taught him, and Peter as well. So he's probably in his early 20s. He's capable, very capable, very ambitious. Probably would love to win his knighthood in such a fashion, for sure. But there's no doubting his loyalty or anything like that.
Oh yeah, no. Like Lord Garth says, he kind of rises up, gets off his horse, and he's in the muck with his soldiers, and they're kind of compacted, and they can't really get up the hill anymore. And he says, "Do your best to secure the townsfolk and the people. Make sure they're all safe if there are any left. Staunch the flames of the buildings and make sure that you save everyone you can, and kill every one of the fuckers that are assaulting the lodge."
Yeah, so basically your men are fighting skirmishes now, small skirmishes going from house to house, street to street, that sort of thing. But they're all just there's still just a lot of these guys out there just taking pock shots at them, and especially up the way, right? It would be very difficult to get all your men up there. So a small group, yes, but.
This is Otto, dear friend. What say you?
My lord, I think you should take Renaud and the best of the guard. I should go with Ben.
Well, I think you're all going together, right? I think there was some maybe confusion.
What it is I think we're all going up the hill, and then Otto and Black Ben might split off with maybe some horrors or scouts. I'm not quite sure. Maybe the best of the best that we have, and then
you can take some up with you and decide what to do with them at the time, right?
Yeah. Okay. Well, then that's fine. I assume we're all going up the path together and fighting our way up to the top.
Yeah. Basically, the PCs are going up there, leaving the NPCs to mop up the battle below while we go up there and save your family. Is what I'm gathering.
Yeah.
Okay. So you take Renaud with you and a couple other men, some of the horrors, some of the scouts, not too many, probably less than a dozen of you at least. So you make your way up. You have to fight a few pitched battles on the way. No one's injured or killed. You're able to take them out pretty much from range because of Black Ben and the horrors. You get up to the keep's entrance. You see like a discarded battering ram. It's made out of a log. It was enough to open the door. And you get inside. And one moment. Let me switch him out. Okay. So let me just share this with you guys. Okay. Inside, the carnage and devastation in the streets outside the keep are much more bloody than inside, and yet here too is touched by strife. Guards lay dead on the ground in a bloody mess, along with various unknowns likely from the attacking force. The grand hall is rife with dead and blood. Yet your attention is drawn to a small side room where Maester Aubrey's quarters and apothecary are located. On the floor, clutching a wound to the belly, is Maester Aubrey. The sound of metal on metal can be heard elsewhere through the keep, but for the time being, the Grand Hall is free of fighting. And so basically you see Maester Aubrey laying on the ground, holding his belly. He looks up at you, surprised.
I think Lord Garth probably lets his axe kind of not rest against the ground, and his shield, he's being so large, just kind of hits the ground as well. Still in his locked to his arm, and or fastened, I should say. And he goes to inspect Maester Aubrey.
Maester Aubrey looks up and he's like, my lord, you must hurry. You must hurry. They are in the keep.
Whereabouts do they go, Maester Aubrey?
I do not know for sure, but they thought I was dead. I heard him talking, and he grimaces as he looks at his hand, and there's blood there, and he just you can tell he's put something on it because he's obviously a healer, and he's actually keeping it staunched for the moment. And he's like, yeah, I was shot by a woman. And he just kind of rolls his eyes, and he's like, I think they're trying to, they're going to try to kill Ryan, my lord, which is your eldest son, alive, and probably try to kidnap the boys. And the boys are your two sons with Lady Talia, which are Adam and Roderick, and the treasury, my lord. They sent men there as well.
My lord, I suggest we make with all haste to your family's quarters. Blackman believing that family was more important than gold.
I think Lord Garth looks to one of the scouts, or maybe even even if it means a man down, or even the horse, just looks at him with a glare and says, "Get Maester Aubrey out of here and to the troops below. See that he's taken care of. If someone's going to tell a story, it's going to be Maester Aubrey."
And the Maester's like, my lord, I should be here to advise you.
You've done your duty, Maester Aubrey. Let me do mine.
It's like, aye, my lord. Aye.
Otto grabs Maester Aubrey's whatever little black bag from the apothecary.
He just has a bug out suitcase. With the top
old-timey doctor's bag.
Yeah, I got it.
I just got this 1920s bowler hat and suitcase, just it's time to leave the house.
So you collect some. He points out some things and puts it in a bag, and he's like this one. And he grabs. He's like, this is milk of the poppy. I'll be needing this later, and it's only half full from when he gave it to Black Ben and Theomer earlier in the week. And he's like, and he kind of gets hoisted up by Otto, who transfers him over to whoever's going to take him down the hill.
One of the NPCs not wearing a red shirt.
So someone takes him down the hill. It's fine. And he's like, "Good luck, my lord."
Good luck to us all. And he starts darting down the hallway. Well,
okay.
Lumbering is the word.
Loudly with his armor. So let me explain kind of the setup of the inside of the lodge a little bit. So the treasury is obviously off by itself. The personal estates and your solar are close to each other, but not like connected necessarily. So you have two boys that your two youngest sons that supposedly are in the estates, and then you have your eldest son Ryan, who has been commanding the defense of the lodge, probably in your solar, right? So he would have guards there. So would the estates; they would have guards, but you have no idea what's happened, right? So you need to pick one of the three total to go to. Obviously, I don't think you're going to the treasury first, but
oh please no!
Yeah, I gotta get that gold. Gotta get that paper.
That cha-ching in the background as my family burns. No, I think Lady Talia has suffered enough, and my son is capable to defend himself, at least for a while longer. Daddy's here, but it is the little kids first.
Okay. So we're gonna head to the estates. All right, so you head down to the estates. So you throw back the door, and you notice that all the torches have been extinguished. And it's dark outside, so there's no light. There's actually one light, and it's at the end of the hallway. And there's several rooms. There's a room to your right and left. And these are guest quarters, so you don't see why your boys would be in there. Your boys actually, their rooms are in the middle of the estate on the right and the left. So if you can see the doors, which I think you can, it's the last doors to the right and to the left. Adam's room is on the right. Roderick, the younger son, is on the left. So you don't hear anything. That's actually not 100%. You hear something. Like, something's obviously going on. Your senses are heightened clearly, but you're not exactly sure what it is.
Let me roll something. Well, I think all of us should. Really. Black Ben's the most aware of us, but...
I was going to say, I have it written down, and I can't, like we were talking about earlier, I have Night Eyes written down as one of my benefits. Do you have that on your sheet?
Let me see. I think I do.
I was going to say, Night Eyes in conjunction with Keen Senses. I mean, Black Ben definitely wants to let the larger, more well-armed people go first, but he knows it's his duty, and he's also the best equipped with his natural senses to lead the way. And
well, you can creep behind them. I mean, look over their shoulder or whatnot. Let's see. Where is that?
Look over my kneecap. You mean?
Yeah. I have Keen Senses and Night Eyes. Yeah. So you are seeing very well in the dark. The doors are closed. In your line of vision, you're seeing pretty well. You don't see anything currently. As far as your benefits go. You want to roll awareness, though? Awareness,
Notice?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Otto just hears, like, murmuring. And the rest of you think you hear something like that. You're not sure, but Otto is more sensitive, and he's like, yeah, somebody's either speaking in hushed tones or muffled. Yeah, something's muffled.
Can I tell where it's coming from?
Generally in front of you somewhere. And you guys are... Let me throw your tokens down, sorry.
I will be right back. I gotta come downstairs for a second.
Sure, no, that's fine. So basically, this is only large enough to go single file because of this map. Where's Black Ben?
It's because Garth's so big.
Yeah,
Massive.
right.
Yeah.
He's in your way. And then...
It's Garth and then the other three of us line abreast.
yeah.
I shoot from between his legs. It's like Master Blaster from
I didn't think you guys would come here first.
to quote Maud Flanders, the children. Won't somebody think of the children?
I mean, Ryan is 18 years old or something like that. 17 or 18. I can't remember what I said he was.
That's just it. Do you go rescue the weak and those that need it, or do you get the strong first to increase your force power?
Yeah. We shall see what happens. So the dynamic lighting's working correctly, though? You just see the hallway?
Correct.
Good. That's like basically the only thing you get when you pay for this. Is like you get the dynamic lighting effect. I was like, I got it so I could log in on my tablet at work, and it was just like my tablet's like, nah, this is too much. And I was like, well, shit, okay.
That sucks.
Yeah.
This is Jason's Halloween game right here. We're about to get some spooky scaries.
That's right. There's going to be some zombies. There's going to be whites that jump out.
Oh, God.
Just going to be and White Walkers. It's going to be completely like...
Oh, God.
I would...
by my own children.
Everybody would... I would be okay if everybody quit the game if I did that. But, okay.
Just like, nope.
I wouldn't be a very thematic GM.
And there are White Walkers in the closet.
Yeah. All right, so you guys push open the doors next to you, and they're like small little, they're servants' quarters, and there's nobody in there. That's these rooms. How do I even do this here? There is. So that one.
I'm going to say Lord Garth is barely able, since I got 2 successes, to keep his tongue quiet as he wants to call out for his sons.
And you're wearing very heavy armor, realize.
Oh,
I don't think you guys are sneaking.
Well, then, fuck it. After a second of Lord Garth being like, this isn't really working for me. As he takes a step in the floor, like, and there's like a thud.
Black Ben makes a mental note to point out to Jack where the bathtub is later.
God.
So just an aside, I was like, when he told me he wasn't going to be here, I was like, should I have like Jack come back, or should I was like, yeah, I kind of want to be a little bit more serious than what that would turn into.
It would be like every second of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so you just tell me where you want to go.
I mean, I don't kind of want to lead this horse around, but I'm at the front of it. Yeah, I think Lord Garth just is going to his boys' rooms. So it'd be these two, yeah?
Yep, those are the ones. Which door do you open first, your right or left?
I think he's gonna... Which one's the youngest?
The left.
Then that one.
Okay. Who wants to take Renaud?
I mean... I've got a combat-oriented character, so...
Do you want to take him, Mike?
I can take him simply because I think, if we're busting into the left door, Black Ben is probably not out of cowardice but prudence. He's going to stay out there with the crossbow to watch the door, basically to the right and further down the hallway, and let the ass kickers clear out the room.
So I gave him to you. You should be able to move his token and see him now. Yeah,
I got his character. I see it.
So he's basically a longsword shield fighter. Pretty standard. Okay, so you open the left. All right, let's see. Reveal areas. So you throw open the door, and sitting there and wait are two men with bows pointed out the door, and they immediately fire at you. Okay, so this is before combat actually starts. It's like a surprise type of thing. All right, let's see if they can do anything.
I'll open up my armor.
So, let's see.
My combat defense is 9, so...
So basically, I just rolled for one of them. Let's see. So the first one shoots at you, and the arrow just seriously just ricochets off your armor. The second hits your armor and sticks just a bit into the metal, but then you just kind of come by and just knock it away. So neither of them get through your armor.
Oh, I'm very sorry for these two gentlemen. Oh, I'm so sorry for these two gentlemen.
Okay, so I'm just going to let you go. You all four can go now. And whatever actions you want to take with no initiative right now.
Okay, well, Lord Garth is going to retaliate.
Yeah, I assumed.
He's just going to step forward and put his entire frame in that doorway as to there is no escape. Where are my boys? And, he just swings.
Okay.
Let's see.
You just click on your weapon and
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Yeah, so you swing down, and the first guy takes it straight in the chest, and he falls back onto your son's table, and just knocks all these wooden figurines of knights and horses, and they just go kind of flying everywhere, and blood just starts just seeping over everything, and he is dead. And for some reason I can't select them. It must be something layer.
Is it set as advanced option is drawing? That's probably why.
I don't think so. He's in the token. Anyway, the guy on your left is dead. Okay. What are the other three going to do? Oh, I know why. Because I was wrong.
Renaud's going to go kind of charging in behind him.
Yeah, I don't think you can get... Okay, yeah, you can't get into the room, though. He's blocking the way in.
In that case, I'm going to, and I can't remember the action name, basically pass. What am I thinking it's called here? Hold action, essentially.
Yeah, just delay kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Otto?
Likewise, I'm not going to try and shove past Garth or Theomar. Or
Okay.
Renaud, sorry.
So you're just delaying. What about Black Ben?
Same thing.
Okay.
Black Ben shouts to Renaud, "Go to your right. The Lord has the two in his son's chamber."
Okay. So you do that. So what happens now is this guy drops his bow and pulls out a short sword, and it looks kind of comical against Garth, right? So
He'll probably hit me.
he hits you all right, but the sword like slashes across your metal. Are you wearing half plate, by the way?
It's half plate. It's
yeah.
half plate, and then I have like a large metal shield. So.
Yeah. So what your combat defense is 9 though, right? Total.
Yeah.
With the shield. So
hold on, let me look.
it depends if in your sheet if you have those that 2 extra added to there because there's a. Let me just look.
Oh no, it is 11 because it doesn't add it.
Well, but if you look at look at your combat defense, and there's a 4 underneath your 9. That's like added from something else. So that's probably your shield. If you're doing a large shield, so it's 9 too. Because if I took that away and made a 0, it's 5, right?
Okay,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, because if you wear half plate, usually your combat defense is low.
Yeah,
so
you can't move.
Yeah. So basically, he slashes across your chest, and it just like the sparks come off your breastplate, and he does not get through. Okay. So another thing that happens that you're not expecting is this door pops open behind Black Ben, and dude comes out behind you. Okay.
Oh, no, Black Ben.
And he has a weapon. I don't know what. Some sort of hand weapon. He has an axe. Yeah. Some sort of axe, and he swings it at Black Ben. So what's Black Ben's defense, combat defense?
It should be 9.
Okay. So I'm sure your armor is more than 2, right? Or
I only wear a breastplate, so it's -2. So let me make sure I'm adding that correctly. Yeah, no, it's 9.
It's 9, and then your what's breastplate 5?
5.
Yeah. So he swings at you, and you turn kind of surprised, and you're like, "Oh my God, I'm dead!" And he hits you right in the chest, but the haft of his axe like turns as he hits you, and it kind of like fumbles and doesn't hit you very well. But he hits you square in the chest and kind of knocks you back, but it doesn't injure you at all.
Black Ben waiting or passing on his action. Yep. Kind of takes a few steps back after the sword hit and kind of thanks the 7 that he's alive and looks up and snaps his crossbow up and goes, "You fucking dandy," and shoots the crossbow at point blank range.
All right.
I was just waiting for him to say something along the lines of Game of Thrones style, "You have fucked up."
So, okay, oh God. So you shoot him and you hit him right between the eyes, and the guy just like falls straight backwards onto the ground without a word. Okay, so Renaud and Otto can use their delayed actions or not.
Renaud, feeling inspired by Ben's shot and Garth's decimation of the individual, is going to kick in the door to the right or bottom.
So he rears back and kicks the door open, and it falls, and he sees the following. So standing there on their knees are 2 men with bows, and they shoot immediately at Renaud. Let's see here. There's got to be a better way to flip between characters and stuff on here. It's the only thing I don't like about Roll20.
I know you can double click a character at the very top to have it go down, and you can click it again to bring it back up.
Yeah. Okay. So they shoot. So what's Renault's defense with his shield? It should all be added in.
It is. Well, that can't be right. It says 2. Oh, combat defense 10. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. So basically, they both shoot, and off Renault's half plate, I think he's got half. Brigadine.
He's got Brigadine with armor mastery.
Yeah. So it just like they both bounce off, and they're like, "Fuck, fuck, fuck," and the dudes behind, they're like, "Drop your weapons now, or the kids are dead." And basically, 2 of the guys have the kids by the hair with knives at their throat.
Renault pauses and turns back quickly to look at Lord Garth for some sort of...
And this is the exact situation that I pull out the I have brawling card. Yeah, I think Lord Garth will hold a hand to his, or basically like hold his axe to his men to get them to back away.
Black Ben complies and takes a step back and begins the process of reloading his crossbow, and Renaud steps back out of the room as well. I'll let Otto move.
Okay. As you kind of move out of the way, some of these guys come and kind of... Yeah. You see guys come out of other areas. Okay. And so everyone that's close, they have their weapons pointed at you. The guy that comes out of the room is pointed at Black Ben, and he's like, "Drop your crossbow, drop it, drop it." And he's got his own bow and arrow pointed at you.
You have something I want. I want my boys, and you can have me. My men will leave. I will go with you. My men do not lose their arms.
This guy starts laughing. He says, "Who says we want you? Children make better hostages than old men." And Roderick, the smallest child, who's like 5, is like crying. He's like, "Daddy, Daddy, help, Daddy." And Adam, who's a couple years older, is like trying to be brave, and you can tell his face is welling up with tears, but he's not screaming out.
Adam, calm your brother, all right?
And the guy behind the youngest son just grabs him by the hair and starts just jerking his head back and forth. And he's like, "Drop your weapons now." And he takes the knife and like puts it into his ear and like starts like turning the handle so the blade is like rotating in the outside of his ear.
Ben doesn't lower his crossbow, but is pointing it at the gorilla immediately to him as he waits to see what the Lord ultimately does.
I think, God, this is a shitty situation. My God. You know what? I think Lord Garth will say out loud to everyone, and this is let the characters do what they want. I hope Inspiring does something for a thematic approach, and he just says out loud, "I stand here," and he will forgo weapons All he is trying to do is charge straight through all of them in that room.
Don't be afraid to burn destiny points.
I don't have any.
Well, Renaud might.
Renaud can't burn destiny points.
I am getting sarcastic. Black Ben can burn one.
He could.
I would be forever in your debt.
I don't have destiny points pulled up in front of me, but am I allowed to burn a destiny point to basically alter the scene to allow him to basically barrel flying suplex into them to buy?
No, I imagine it's like a thing where like he says that.
Yes,
and,
you can.
like
you,
Oh,
go
go ahead.
I was going to say, yeah, you can burn a destiny point to significantly change a detail of the scene.
Basically, I'm looking to burn, not spend. Burn a destiny point that basically his such a massive man in half plate or full plate charging and then doing like a flying tackle into the Raider and Ulmer, like catch them off so good, like so much that it prevents them from killing both children and allows us to kind of go into combat.
I think so. I think that would be fine.
I assume this is going to leave me unarmed.
You don't have to be unarmed. No. You could just run in with your axe and just like use the half of it and push forward with it, just smashing. You can still have your weapon, and what it'll do is basically it'll break this group up. I'll like move these guys over here, and this guy like this way, and this guy like this way, and these guys like this or something. So you just basically just like you hit your kids too. You just like smash through them all, and they all just kind of go flying. If that's what you want to do, that's what would happen.
I'll leave it up to Black Ben on how what happens. I want him to describe it. He birthed the point.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, we'll keep it as is. The mad charge of a father possessed with the desire to protect his children goes barreling in, weapon drawn, charging, and it is so surprising that neither Bowman is able to get off his knees in time or reload and are both knocked to the side. The children, seeing the fire in their father's eyes, do their best to dodge out of the way too, and Garth crashes into the Raider and Ulmer, knocking them back before any serious damage could be done to Roderick's ear or Adam's throat. Garth charges in, followed closely, if able, by Renaud.
Okay. All right. So I'm not going to use the turn order because it's set for something else already. But let's do this. So obvious people who would go first is what we'll do is just tell me what your agilities are. How about that?
Four for Black Ben,
Yeah.
and then Renaud I think has 3. Yeah.
With the flaw, it's 2. So.
Okay.
4 for Otto.
Okay, so the way this is going to go, it's going to go, let me look at one thing here. So the first person's going to go is Ulmer. The second is Black Ben and Otto, then Renaud, then Garth, and then everybody else. Okay? So Ulmer, he's very taken aback, and he's like, fuck. He's like, this guy's a fucking giant. Fuck this. And he basically, I'm not going to let him run because of just kind of the way it is. He's kind of trapped in there. He can move. And Roderick and Adam are cowering, so they're not going to block his path or anything like that. So basically, I'm going to have him move.
I do have reach if it matters.
Yeah, you could hit him from one space away for sure. Yeah. So he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can't see him. So he basically darts out of besides Lord's Garth, away from Lord Garth, and over Roderick, and just kind of leaves him there. Busts out of the room and hightails it around the corner. And there's stairs there that go elsewhere into the keep. Actually, it goes up to your soul, where your solar is. or it goes down into the Grand Hall. So that's Ulmer's turn. So Black Ben and Otto.
Black Ben already having his crossbow reloaded and having a showdown with the gorilla, seeing Garth lead a mad charge into the room, does whatever he can to assist in getting everyone in there and snaps a shot off at the gorilla.
Okay. So basically, you move before him. He goes to like release his arrow, and you shoot him in the throat before he can, and the arrow goes flying and like ricochets off the ceiling, and he just like drops his bow and clutches his throat as blood pumps out as you nick his carotid. Otto? And you can move through your own. You can move through Renaud. That would be fine.
All right, then.
Or you can delay until after Renaud. It's up to you.
Can I sort of push Renaud square ahead of me?
Nah, you can move past him, but you can't really push him.
He's going to be following you in there, so...
Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. So you can move 4, I think, probably. That's typically what it is. 4, and that would be your lesser action move. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4. You wrote 2 now, or I think.
Let's
or is
go
that
in
1?
here and
Yeah,
bash at this guy.
you can do that. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So you fling around your ball and chain and you bring it down on this guy's head and just like squish, right? This like brain matter and skull just fly everywhere, all over Roderick, who is like screaming bloody murder now. So he sees his first death as you crush the skull of the man over top of him. But he's safe. Renaud.
Renaud follows Otto in, attacking the other bowman.
You
and
okay?
with a blood-curdling yell, brings his sword down towards the man's head and shoulders.
Okay. So basically you swing and he kind of ducks to the side, but it's not quite good enough, and you carve him from his chin to his chest, and it's enough to like split his chin in two and cut his throat and chest enough where he just kind of crumples to the ground, head in his hands, just bleeding out in front of you. All right, Lord
Someone
Garth.
say ow. Yeah, I think Lord Garth has just like is now standing in the middle of the room, like a grimaced face as he's looking at this raider.
Yeah,
It's like
I kind of like vision the Hulk or something, you know. It's like hulking up.
Well, and then my question becomes, is that a window?
It is a window. It definitely could be a window.
I think I'm gonna do something. You know what? No. He's just gonna like long arm of the law. This guy with his axe. Just send him like hook him through like his the back of his shoulder and just fling him out the window as a full attack.
All right. All right. So
Actually, I need to roll the thing. We'll just take 2 off that.
that's fine. So go ahead and describe how you kill this guy. Let's let you describe it.
Lord Garth just kind of flips the axe head over to the blunt side, because I imagine this is like a large, like an oversized lumber axe.
Is it like a long axe? Is that what it is?
Yes. It's just a long.
Yeah,
axe.
basically.
So,
single-sided axe.
And he flips it over to the blunt side, and he just kind of like from this guy's shoulder is just revealed, and he just kind of like with all that he has, just like an uppercut swing, and it catches him under his arm, and it just sends him like hurtling backwards through the window, and you hear the and the crack of ribs break, and the wet squelch of thud as the man hits the ground below.
All right. So the guys that were in the room quickly see what's happening, and they disappear around the corner. You can still see, well, you can't. All right. So basically, they clear out immediately, leaving Roderick and Adam behind. Now, you can't see if they're still in the States, but they're clearly fleeing.
And I think Lord Garth is taking a moment with his children.
Roderick and Adam rush up to you and jump kind of like across both arms as they've done. Well, Adam hasn't done it for quite a few years. You know, he's getting too old and acting more mature, but he jumps into your arms, and Roderick is hanging on to you, and they kind of both are hugging you at the same time. And
easy, boys, easy. Your mother's safe. We found her. We sent her with friends. I'll be needing you to do the same, okay? Need to be strong for Father, all right?
Adam nods, and he's like, I can be strong, and Roderick's just kind of trying to nuzzle in and hug you.
Otto, do we have a man nearby?
Yeah, you should have men outside waiting for you, the guys you brought up with you.
Send one of them up. Let's get my children out of here before we progress any further. Let's backtrack and get out of here. We'll talk about it when we get out of this confined space. And, we make it to like a courtyard or something. Or like an open hallway where all the men are waiting.
So you're heading back out. Yeah, you can head back out into the hallway where you came in from.
Black Ben, as he's talking with him after reloading his crossbow, kind of goes up to the room and sticks an arm out to make sure, or the crossbow aimed down here, to make sure nobody comes around that corner again.
Yep. No. You can actually leave the entire estates and head back to the Grand Hall.
Say,
yeah, that's fine.
Where Maester Arbery was going to be. Like, that's where we would have been.
Yep. So you head back out here, and you have your two youngest children with you, Adam and Roderick.
They need to be escorted to our troops, and they need to be on the way to their parents. Lord Garth is kind of conversing with Otto at this point. What should we do? Talia needs her children, more so now than ever.
Aye, Lord. We need to send the boys with the maester and a couple of soldiers.
Yeah, you have more soldiers you could send with them, for sure.
Yeah, and Otto, I trust your judgment. Any man you pick is worth anything to protect my children.
Yeah, well, anybody we brought with us on this mission is a hand-picked.
Yeah, and that's what we do. We send him with some more troops, and if Maester Arbery hasn't left yet, him as well. But I assume he's already left.
Yeah, he's already gone.
Then
Adam's like, I'll take care of my brother, but Roderick is like, Daddy, I don't want to go. Come with me, help me.
Roderick, I need you to listen to your brother, okay? You understand that?
Okay, Daddy, okay. Just come home, please. Can't we just be home?
Son. I'm already home. You're just gonna go on a vacation for a few days, that's all.
Okay, Daddy, okay.
And, he bids him adieu. Adieu.
Okay, so Adam ruffles his brother's hair, and he's like, come on, Roderick. It'll be an adventure. And he nods to you, and with the remaining men that you have, you send with them, and they depart down the hill, hopefully to safety.
Lord Garth will turn to look at the the skeleton crew that he once was full of life to see the remnants of it. Ben, I don't blame you if you turn and run.
Otto, knowing Ben, chuckles at that.
Ben looks, let us find your other son, my lord.
Lord Garth kind of sighs and looks at Renaud. Well, you damn sure earned the knighthood today, boy.
Thank you, my lord. I will not let you down, for the day is not yet over.
Are you gonna knight him?
I think I'm gonna do it right here, like in the name of in the light of the seven, and a hasty, like it's an impromptu. You're knighted right now. Get the fuck up. We have shit to do.
Okay. All right. So is it on to the solar then?
It is climbing the steps, or climbing the downward steps to the soul.
Okay. So, you head to the solar. You climb up the steps to where you figure the one dude fled to. He is there. You see him first off. He's the closest to you. Otherwise, what you see is in the distance you see 3 or 4, at least a half a dozen dead guards, and then you see your son Ryan, who's 18 years old. I guess I should just read this. This would be better. One second.
Oh, you have something prepared. Nice.
Oh, of course. As you enter Lord Garth's solar, the sound of blade against blade can be heard. There in the room is a familiar face to Black Ben and Theomer. The man that had tortured them and killed Peter stands next to Ryan Hilwood, Lord Garth's son of 8 and 10. The man strikes out, letting his blade bounce off the young man's shield while laughing. There were others lounging around watching the game with amused grins. Ryan stepped with a limp, obviously injured and weighed down by his seldom worn half plate. His guards were dead, some with arrows in their bodies and others with fractured skulls and stab wounds. Eyes come up and look at you as you enter. "My friends," yells out the maniac torturer attacking Ryan. "Welcome again!" While Ryan screams out, winded and hurt, "Father!" And to which his attacker retorts, I've always wished to know if a father's love was strong enough to save a son. We shall find out today. Kill them!"
It's only us, Blackman. It's only us and Otto.
And Renaud, his
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's only us. Oh God. Oh.
Black Ben yells at the smiling knight. "I'll wipe that fucking smirk off your face today, you puke. Shove a dick in it."
He's like, maybe you and I should settle things right now. Just me and you. No interference.
You won't be settling anything other than me.
He laughs and he's like, I heard your wife was very sweet to my men. Very sweet indeed. You are a lucky man. But so were we all. And then this guy walks forward and he's like, enough. Kill them and let's end this. And he actually is wearing like a proper like warrior's garb of a knight, and he is clearly wearing what you had remembered from House Toyne.
Toyne, you bastard!
He's like, nothing personal, my lord. But this place and your children are mine.
Otto grunts. It's quite personal, you son of a bitch.
Oh God, Big Billy Bin. Oh God, no. Oh God, all these named characters.
Okay. So I'm gonna add some dudes to the initiative, but otherwise, let's see. You guys can all roll your initiative, so it's agility, quickness plus or subtract your. I don't think it does this automatically, so just roll it and just remember to subtract your armor penalty, and just let me know what that number is.
Four for me.
6 for Ben, 5 for Reynald.
And 11 for Otto.
All right. What was Garth was what?
4.
Otto was what?
11.
Renaud was what?
I think it was 5.
Let's see. He said he rolled 2 8s, but I don't know what this. That's okay. So let's see. Black Ben would be, so it doesn't matter actually. So Black Ben is minus what? The hell? I can't. What the hell is it? Oh, minus 2. Black Ben's actually only 6, and all is probably worse. 5. We'll make sure that's right, but I think it is. Oops. Get him in the right order. Okay. All right. Let's just take a couple minutes here. I don't want him to miss anything. So, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
I'll go look at the Bleeding Land. See if anything's changed. No, I lose that posted.
No, I need to post.
Well, obviously not now, but
Yeah. No. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, for some odd reason, like When I was navigating away from the page, the health bar just kept like blanking out on certain tokens. I'm not sure why. I had to like reset it like 5 times. Yeah, as you can tell, every single one of these dudes are named characters from the Kingswood Brotherhood.
Yeah, that doesn't exactly make me feel good about the situation. But it is an altered history.
I'm back.
Okay. All right, cool. Everybody's back. All right, I think Renaud rolled where he got you both rolled 8s for both guys, right?
Yep, and it was a 5 because he has a armor penalty of 3, while there's only 2 for Black Band. Yep.
So 6 and 5 is correct?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so the is there not any music in this one playing? I don't know. Yeah, why isn't it playing? Bear with me. All right. So at the top comes this unassuming type of guy. He's got I think it's some sort of bow, a larger bow. It might be a recurve bow. And he's like, quit playing with him and let's get this over with. And he just kind of walks out and sort of nonchalantly puts an arrow against the string and fires towards Lord Garth.
Jesus Christ.
So what's your combat defense?
9.
9. So that's going to be 4 degrees of success. And his bow does 10 damage. So basically the arrow just shoots out like a dart. You've never seen anything like it. And as you had your arm, it like goes in between 2 pieces of metal in your armor, just like the most perfect shot ever, and goes straight into your chest. So basically you have 2 options, and that's take a wound or die.
I'll take a wound. I have the stamina, so.
Yep, so we'll give you 1 wound. So go ahead and mark it on your sheet. There should be just a little box to put a mark in. Yep, perfect. Okay. So when the girl, who you assume is who Maester Aubrey was talking about, and she's like, nice shot, Dick. Let's see if I can do any better. And she's just kind of, they're obviously making light of all this. They think it's like funny. Uh, 3 degrees is 4. Yeah, it's 4.
14 plus, isn't it?
Yeah, well, 15 plus is 4. Yeah, so it'd be 3 degrees of success. So that's what's your armor?
It's 10.
So you take 5 combat damage. So if you want to mark that on your sheet as well. I'm just wondering why the
Have you placed it out of and out of? So is there like 15 out of 15?
yeah, that's But I keep putting the 0 in there. And anyway, well, we know, okay? So, alright. So she shoots and she's done, so this guy's done. This guy's done. Actually, that was this guy, sorry. That shot you. Or actually, it could be her, whatever. Doesn't matter. So, this guy, he's like, watch out for the big one. He's a fucking brute. And he moves back and doesn't do anything. Kind of cowardly moves back. And he like kind of waits to see what you're going to do. And this guy, he's like, Ben, get him. You too. And he points to the smiling knight. He's like, don't worry about this whelp. And so he doesn't do anything. So it's Otto's turn.
Alright. Can Otto make it to there?
1, 2. You can maybe charge. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's charge? Double movement? I think.
Yep.
Then you can make it to there. Yes.
Alright, he wants to get there and take a shot at old Dick here.
So you're charging. So you're gonna roll 1 less test dice. So you see, if you would normally do 8, you'll do 8, keep 3. If you want to do it by manually. So you roll 8 dice, keep 3 dice.
Well, I've got expertise, and so I normally keep 5.
Oh, okay, so you'll keep 4.
Okay.
Yep. Roll 8, keep 4.
Alright.
$18. Let's see. So that's 2 degrees of success. What's your damage?
8.
8. 16 minus. So that would be. So, you have a ball and chain, right?
Right.
Does it have shattering, by the way?
Right.
So you come up and you swing your ball and chain and you like smash it against his side, and he kind of like almost falls over and like staggers, and he's like, "God damn it! Stop messing around with these guys and let's do something here." He takes a wound. Okay. So the smiling knight's like, "Fine, don't kill the kid. Make me go fight your battles for you, Toyne. You're such a baby." And he's like, "I actually want to kill this whelp. I think I'm going to do that. You actually fight the big guy for a minute." And he starts laughing. He's like, "Hey, big guy, what are you going to do?" And he actually doesn't do anything. He's like, "Are you going to come after us or what?" And he's like, almost like egging you on. So he's definitely delaying. So it's Black Ben's turn.
Black Ben can't get over the memories of the weeks past, especially the torture suffered at the hands of the Smiling Knight, and while tempted to shoot at the bowman of the group, ultimately decides to shoot at the Smiling Knight and yells at him, "Yes, we are coming for you, you cunt." And lesser action aim, lesser action shoot bow.
Okay.
This should be right.
Nice.
Very nice. So that's 3 degrees of success. What's your damage?
Let me make sure it's 5.
So
Yeah, it's 5.
Okay.
Do
So
crossbows have any extra effects?
they have pierce, don't they?
No, I'm using a light crossbow
Okay.
due to my injury, so it does not have piercing, unfortunately.
So he takes 6 damage. So essentially, you shoot, and he's definitely not expecting it, and like turns his body as you hit him in the left shoulder over his shield. And he's like, ah. He's like, that fuck. He can still shoot a crossbow without his hand, and he's like, he like looks like strangely like placid for a minute, not like crazy, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna have some fun with you.
Can you attack diagonally? I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
So if I'm here, I can hit Fletcher Dick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you're charging.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's see here. We'll subtract 1d from this roll.
Right.
Well,
So,
9.
what's your damage?
Damage is 5.
Oh, yeah. You should
actually, you know what? It's damage 7 because I get +2 on the charge.
You should actually. Yeah, you should. Don't do that. Just do it manually, because you should just roll 1 less die, right? With -1d. Oh no,
-1d,
no.
you subtract it after the roll.
You're right.
It's only
You're right.
specialty dice. Yep.
You're right. Yep. So, I'm sorry about that, Otto. I told you wrong, but okay. So 11. So, what was your damage?
Only a 9.
It's only a 9. So you come and you swing at this seemingly old man, and he moves very quickly. He like dodges out of the way, and he's like, "Get in here and take these guys out." And this guy's like, "Fine." 1, 2, 3, 4. He's like, "I guess I gotta do everything." And this guy has the biggest belly you've ever seen, and he's got a giant warhammer, and he comes up on Sir Renaud, and God, this is gonna be bad.
Renaud. I was just gonna say Renaud, recently being knighted, lets the anointing go to his head.
What
Never makes this.
Quite literally go to his head.
what is his defense?
Is he using a large shield or a regular shield?
Regular shield +2.
It'll be 12, and it's not factored into this.
No, it is, because if you look at it, because the way it works, your top combat defense is auto, and then the bottom one is something extra you add. So I've already added it in there.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I looked at your sheet and you just did it all in that field, which I understand, it's fine, but really that's for just extra stuff.
Okay.
So his is like 10, right? Is that right?
Let's see. 11. Yep, 10. You got it.
So it's 40 damage minus his Brigadine. So
And
that's,
wound.
Yeah, wound. Yep. So he comes down with his warhammer, and does warhammer have shattering?
Should.
Yeah, it should. So it's probably shattering. It might be shattering 2.
I
Yeah.
just skipped a page.
Yeah, just subtract
2,
2 off of his armor. So it should be 6, or it actually should be 7 since he has armor mastery, right?
Yep. So
All right.
I'll make that adjustment.
So I think the guy who should run Ryan is Lord Garth, right? So Rivers, I'm going to give you Ryan.
You mean Ronald?
Ryan, your son.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Who is already injured, by the way. That he has 3 health left, but he hasn't taken any injuries or wounds.
Okay, alright. He is going to, Lord Garth is going to charge Big Belly Bend, and I think I have enough movement to do so. Let me confirm.
You just need 8. Well, actually, I don't know what your move is. You're so bulked down. Your movement's probably 3, honestly. So you probably have
it's
6.
3. Well, I will. Well, actually, no, that is enough because reach.
Oh yeah, yep. You can do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you got it. Yep, that's fine.
Also, this thing has vicious, so just reminding you.
Yeah, it
If I
doesn't
do
matter.
a wound,
Well, it's not a wound. It's if you kill them, they because technically you can choose how if you like defeat someone if they're killed or knocked unconscious. If it's vicious, they're just dead. You can't choose. That's like and it's a negative of the weapon. I don't know. It's a weird roll.
And charging just takes 2 off the roll.
It takes you keep 1 less dice. So roll your normal roll, and then we'll keep 1 less dice. So you roll 16, then
14.
Oh yeah, you have a wound too. So you basically that's 14.
Yeah.
So 14 versus him. So his is 7, so that's 2 degrees of success. What's your damage?
Damage is. It should be on the thing.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It should be
it's
in your weapon.
Athletics plus 3, I think. Let me look.
It should be in your weapon slot, right? So if you look at your guy, oh no, that's wrong. I bet that's supposed to be athletics plus 3 for a long axe. So it'd be 7. So it'd be 14. It'd be 16.
And it's powerful. I don't know if Garth.
Oh yeah, there you go. Whoops, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Nope, he doesn't have any strength. So 16. 16.
I was gonna ask if I could roll a stamina check to ignore my wound, but
No, you can't do that.
oh, it's a day of rest. I got you. Okay.
Yeah, that's how you get them back, basically. So you hit the guy pretty daggone hard, and you're surprised that he kind of like shrugs it off a little bit, and he kind of turns back towards you, and he's like, "You're big, but not that big." And I cannot figure out how to change his damn stuff. It's really irritating. I don't know why it's doing this. I'm trying to give him... Just won't let me change it. I don't understand. Well, he has 6 left. Okay. So it's Ryan Hilwood's turn.
Ryan is going to. Let me look at the actions. Is there a defensive?
Yeah, there's cautious attack. You subtract 1d from your... Yeah, you subtract 1d, and then you get plus 3 combat defense, I think. That's from memory. I'm pretty sure that's right.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think he will just fight with his father. I mean, There's no he'll cautious attack, but to no
That's fine.
avail really.
Yeah, well, maybe. Let's see.
Let's see.
So just roll his whole attack, and then we'll subtract the D like once it's rolled, and then he'll get +3 combat defense. So 17, that's not bad. So actually, it's going to be 14, and then Smiling Knight is. So that's 2 degrees of success.
His damage is 4 on
So
that sheet.
8. So basically he swings and it bounces off the Smiling Knight's shield again, and he's like, you just won't learn. You just won't learn. And so Toyn, who basically had delayed, now moves down 1, 2, and he's like, I've got to do everything. And he attacks Renaud. Actually, that is a lesser action to delay. Am I right?
Yes, it is.
So he can't do that. So he's just going to sit there. But this guy delayed, and he can shoot from here. So Ulmer will shoot. So he shoots at Otto, who's standing right there. Oh, God. Holy shit.
Holy crap.
Holy shit. I don't think I've ever seen a roll like that. Okay, so... Well, that's obviously 4 degrees of success. I mean, you can't get better than that. So, whoa. That's funny. I mean, it's going to be a wound, I'm sure. So that's 20. What's your armor rating, Otto? 7. So it's 13. What's your hit points? 12, right? Yeah. So you need to you can take a wound, right, which will mean you have 0 damage, or you can take an injury. What's your endurance? 4?
Right.
So I said that was 20, and your defense. So 13 minus 4. So you could take 9 damage, and you would be fine. You would just have an injury. So either a wound or an injury, and you'd have 9 taken away. So you'd have 3 left. It would look like that, even though it doesn't work. So.
Yeah, well, that seems reasonable.
So you want an injury? So just mark an injury on your sheet. You're at 3 hit points now, even though I don't know why this is not working. It's really irritating. Okay. So I think that's now we're to. I think we can actually. These guys can actually go down now. Back to Fletcher Dick. So Fletcher Dick, not liking Otto and Renaud attacking him, moves back, like backpedals essentially, and then fires off at Otto. Right.
Can he do that? Because he was just being
yeah, you can move. You can move in and out of spaces without any kind of penalty whatsoever. It's not like having
I'm
to
talking
step.
about draw his arrow as well because he was just attacked.
Yep, it doesn't. Yeah, there's no rule for well, basically when you shoot a bow, you don't have to load it. There's no the only thing you have to, like when you see the reload trait, that's for crossbows, big crossbows, and it takes a turn to reload. But as far as arrows, you can do that in 1 turn. It's in turn like 1 lesser action. So let's see. $21. What's your combat defense?
10.
So that's 3 degrees of success. That's 30 damage. You're going to need to take a wound.
Okay.
So he basically backpedals and shoots as he's moving backwards, and the arrow hits you in the shoulder. Okay. So Wenda doesn't have a real great shot at anybody, so she kind of moves around. and shoots it. Well, she's not gonna do that. She's gonna stay where she is, and she's gonna aim and shoot at Lord Garth. And she's not joking anymore. She seems to realize the seriousness of what's going on, at least.
Simon?
Oh, nice. Jared's here. So she shoots at 18. What's your defense again?
It'll be 9.
So that's 3 degrees of success, right? Give me 1 second here. So irritating. Why is it so hard to add add somebody to a call? Oh no, I don't want to do that. Is everybody still there? Sorry. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. You hear Jared?
What's up?
Hey.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I won't butt in. I'm just listening.
Yeah, no, so I was just trying to figure out how to add you, but I think you were already added. Okay, so 18, your defense is 9, so that's 2 degrees of success. And the damage was 5, so that's 10. What's your armor? 8?
10.
At 10. So basically she shoots and the arrow just kind of bounces off.
She's shot twice now?
Well, no, so the first one was her, this one was him. Because I got it mixed up. Ulmer's actually ahead of her.
Well, there's been 4 arrows fired now because 2 have previously hit Otto just recently, and then 1 was just fired at me, and now there's another one firing at Otto.
Yeah, so he shot the first one, she shot the second one, he shot the third one. Right?
Yes, but there's only 3 archers, and there's 4 arrows now flying.
Who else shot?
Otto's been shot twice this turn. And I just got shot at and it bounced off of me, so who can fire again?
I don't. Are you sure? Because
Yes.
Fletcher Dick. Here's the order: Fletcher Dick, Ulmer, who's it supposed to be, and then Linda. So that's 3. So I don't know how.
Otto's been hit twice, and I just got shot at.
Right.
There's the third one, and then
Has Otto? Well, hold on. I believe you. I just let me look here. Okay, so hunting bow. I've only shot. Oh, you're right. Okay, so hunting bow 30. Oh, okay. What happened was the reason that is because the hunting bow 30 was a delay. She delayed last round and shot again. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Okay.
So that's why it looks like there's an extra shot this round. Because she delayed last round.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I was just trying to figure out how.
No, that's fine. So 29. So that's you're gonna have to take another wound. So he just kind of comes in and peppers you with another arrow.
All right.
And Toyne, doesn't do anything. He delays again, watching his men fight. So Otto, it's your turn.
All right. Let's go 1, 2, 3, and take another swipe at Dick.
Okay. And you got your wounds and injuries all counted in there? All selected? Okay. Yep. 11. So 1 degree of success. What's your damage?
8.
So he takes basically he's going to take 7 damage for that then.
And his armor degrades again.
Yeah, his armor's gone. So basically you swing and you hit him, and he's like trying to flee away from you. He's like, "Get this fucking guy off me!" Okay.
All right.
So the Smiling Knight goes, and he's like, "There's only one beautiful, beautiful person for me." And he 1, 2, 3. Wait, sorry. 1, 2, 3. And he stands in front of the gigantic Lord Garth, and he's like, "Let's play." Do, 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 do.
Oh, Jesus.
Versus 9, right? That's 4 degrees of success. So that's 20, and you're gonna
Armor's
take
10.
So you're gonna take 10 damage. You don't have any damage yet, so actually you don't have to take a wound or injury if you don't want to.
The injury, what would that entail?
You get -1 to every roll, just -1, a numeric value, not a dice, just -1.
Okay, yeah, then I'll just take an injury.
Okay, so if you take an injury, he hits you for 10. What's your endurance?
5.
So
Plus
you
stamina if it applies, but I don't.
no, it doesn't. So instead of 10 damage, you take 5 damage.
Okay, alright, cool.
Okay, so you have 10 hit points left. Okay, so he swings and it cuts you in the weak part of your armor, but you're still able to face him, and you're not knocked down. So it's Black Ben's turn.
Black Ben, not having the best shot at the Smiling Knight, turns his attention to the bowman of this group of bandits. Look, since they're doing a ton of damage, I mean, he could shoot probably at the Smiling Knight.
Yeah, you can't hit Dick. He's obscured by auto.
No, he wouldn't be. He's going to aim at Ulmer.
Yeah.
His first lesser action will be a reload. His second will be a.
You don't need to reload, right? You just aim.
It's a lesser action to reload a crossbow, and I'm right on the page. So let me make sure I'm right.
I thought we said your lesser crossbow. You didn't have to do that.
Well,
I thought it was medium and heavy. You had to do it, but not.
It's heavy and reload lesser action for a light crossbow. The only special thing about it is it's not two-handed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So this should factor in the wound I have.
Yep, should. Shouldn't have to worry about any of that.
So let's go ahead and roll.
So it's 1 degree of success. What's your damage?
5.
5. So basically he's wearing like hide armor. The crossbow goes into his armor. You can't tell what happens, but he doesn't seem affected by it.
Black Ben curses.
Okay, Sir Renaud.
Looking to protect his lord, Renaud moves, knowing the difficult position.
Take down Ben, what are you doing?
And screams the motto of his lord and swings at the Smiling Knight.
Let's see what you got. Oh, that's a pretty good roll. That's 2 degrees of success. Which damage?
It is 5.
So that's 10 minus. I believe he's wearing half plate. So, yep, he takes 1 damage. So basically, he swings and it kind of mostly bounces off his armor. Maybe some got through. It's hard to say. Okay. So, all right. The next guy is Lord Garth, or Ryan, whichever one you want to go first.
Let's go with Ryan. Ryan's gonna push up to Dick, and he doesn't have any wounds or anything, yeah. So
no wounds. Just
he'll take a charge on this guy.
Okay. He doesn't even have to charge. You can charge if you want to, but he doesn't have to.
But the charge will give me extra damage, yeah?
It will. It gives you plus
what's his
2 extra damage.
Sword? What's his fighting?
I think his fighting is 4, maybe.
Yeah, it's fighting 4, longsword 1. What do you think, fellas? Charge or no charge?
No charge.
No charge.
Alright, so 18. So that's 2 degrees of success, which is damage.
4, which would be 8.
So 8. He has no armor left from the shattering. So that would be... He's going to have to take a wound. So, like, Ryan heroically charges the old man and swings. I know it sounds weird, but he swings and Dick is like, falls back from all the injuries he's sustained. He's like, Toyne, get these guys off me now! As Toyne just kind of stands there and doesn't do anything yet. So let me give him a wound. Oh, that's his second wound. Okay. So now it's Garth's turn.
Garth is going to forget the little man in front of him and attack Ben.
Spins around, okay. You will need to move into position because they're in the way of your reach. So if you move like here, you can do it.
Okay. Well then, I'll just do that then, just to kind of flank around and then.
Yep.
Actually, yeah. Okay, that'll be fine. Is he just hits him in the side or something?
That's fine.
Let's see.
You should be able to just roll as normal. Just click the button.
I did.
Oh, sorry. So 18 versus... That's 3 degrees of success. What's your damage?
7 times 3, 21.
Oh, actually, that might be more. I was thinking of somebody else. What's his... Oh, it's the same. So 21 damage minus... That is going to have to be a wound for him, too. So you come around and hit the side of his gigantic belly, and it kind of wobbles, and he's just wearing chainmail armor, and just rips the chains asunder. And he kind of staggers back, and he's like, this was supposed to be easy, Toyne.
We stand here.
And Toyne is like, fine then. And moves over here. And he just comes up kind of behind Ryan. And... So 17, and Ryan's combat defense is what?
It's 6.
6. That's 3 degrees of success for 5, so that's 15, and his armor is half plate, so He takes 6 damage, which would put him in over 0. He can either do a injury or a wound. Injury. What's his endurance?
Endurance is it's 3.
So he needs to take a wound to stay up.
Okay, I'll take a wound.
Okay. So he basically stabs him in the back, but since he's wearing full plate, it kind of doesn't go all the way through, and he kind of like has to pull his sword out before it drives it through his back. Okay. So I think that's the entire list.
Yep, it is.
Back to Fletcher Dick. He is having some issues here, so move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he just basically runs away and repositions himself. So he double moved. Okay, Ulmer moves away from Otto, clearly not wanting to get shot by him, and actually moves down further to shoot at who shot at him, which is Black Ben. Okay. Defense.
Defense is 9.
So 2 degrees of success, damage 5. So what's your armor rating?
5.
So you take 5 damage.
Alrighty.
I figured out how to do this finally. It doesn't like when I select health. I have to like make it basically none, and then it'll do it. I don't know. It's weird. Okay, so he's done. So the chick, they're seeming more desperate now and like paying a lot more attention. So she moves up and fires at Ryan.
No, Ryan. You are too young to die.
What plot dictates he must. So 21. His defense was what?
6.
Oh god, 3 degrees of success. So that's 15, and his armor rating is 9. So that's another 6 damage. He needs to take another wound.
Yeah, and he will. He'll take another wound.
So he has 2 wounds now. Is that correct?
Yes.
So he gets pelted in the back. And what's his endurance? It's 3, right?
It's 3, yeah.
So if he takes another wound, he dies.
Yeah, well, he'll die standing.
Is that right? Or he can only take? Can he take? I have to look. Mike, do you know?
It's injuries. You can take the number of endurance rank, I believe, and wounds. I think it's only to the point below your endurance. So if you have 4 endurance, you can take 3 wounds. But let me.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I thought it was like. I thought it was the same for each. I thought it was the same for each. I just wondered if he could go over. Whatever.
You can go over if you have Berserker. I think it's right up to your.
Yeah, let's just do that. I don't want to actually look it up right now. It's fine. So if he takes 1 more wound, he'll die. So basically,
destiny points, right?
You can use destiny points. You can
to
burn
off injuries. You can't get rid of wounds.
Right.
So let's say you had 4 injuries, you could burn a destiny point to wipe out all 4 injuries.
Well, I don't want to use his destiny points if it basically I don't. It's because the story's already been dictated, right?
That's okay. I mean, if that's all right, we'll figure it out. I mean, you can't use a destiny point to make him escape, right?
No. That's not what I would want him to do. I would want him to get like the last ditch.
Yeah, they have destiny points too. I mean, use whatever you want to. Do whatever you can. It's fine. It's not a big deal.
Changes the game.
So Toyne, looking over Ryan, but not thinking he's much of a threat, moves down and attacks Otto. Alright. Who has been getting attacked a lot.
Now, could I burn a destiny point to say, like, Ryan takes the hit for him? Like,
could.
Throws himself? That's something that I...
Yeah, you could do that.
I think I will. I think Ryan will, like, shove Otto out of the way at like the last second as he like looks up.
Okay. Well, I can tell you this 25 is going to kill him.
Yeah, no, I think he'll do that and just shove Otto like past that column there, out of the
Okay.
way, and just get his face clobbered.
All right. Sorry, it's just kind of... Okay, so Ryan moves and shoves Otto out of the way as Simon was going to hit him, and instead cuts Ryan across the throat, and blood just like starts pumping out, and he collapses onto the ground, dead. Nice.
Give me some blood effects, Jason.
Yeah, I don't have any blood effects. Sorry. Yeah, I totally did not know that. I guess I never took people to that many wounds before.
Except for Resnack.
Yeah, he might have been dead. I don't know. Technically,
He lived past the point of death.
yeah, he might have. The game wouldn't be the same without him anyway. So.
Exactly.
Okay, so Ryan, what does Garth do when he sees his son die?
I think at the current moment, because he's just slammed his axe into Big Belly Ben. I don't think he's turned his vision that
Just
way.
not noticed it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. So Otto, what do you do now?
As Ryan shoved you out of the way to take a hit for you. Are you muted?
Yeah, Rob, we can't hear you.
Yep, I am muted. So hopefully it was not in vain. And Otto steps forward, bashes at Simon Chain.
14. Simon Twain is... So that's 2 degrees of success. What's your damage?
8.
So that is... So you basically hit him, and so I'm going to crack his half-plate armor, and he staggers back under the blow. So he takes 9 damage. He has 3 left. Okay. Very nice.
Alright.
So Smiling Knight's turn. Smiling Knight, like, curses and he just takes a swing at the guy closest to him. He's like, "Get out of my way!"
I love this Smiling Knight right now. He's so slimy. It's great.
26. What's his defense? It's like, what is it?
9, isn't it?
I think it's 9. That's
10.
10. 3 degrees of success. I think Smiling Knight has 5, right? Yeah. 15. And he's got Brigadine, right? So
He's got 7 for his Brigadine because he took a Warhammer hit.
Oh, okay. And he had armor mastery too, right?
Yep.
Yep.
So 8 damage. I think he can take that.
He will take 3 injuries.
3 injuries, okay.
Oh, wait, has he taken any health points?
No,
he
no,
hasn't.
he's
So
full.
he'll take his 8 points of health then.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So the Smiling Knight cuts him across the belly, and like he's just bleeding out of there. He's not like open guts or anything. All right, Big Ben, Black Ben.
Big Ben.
That's what the ladies call him.
He's happy internally to see Garth move to the side to attack Big Belly Black Ben, and notches an arrow and aims for his nemesis, the Smiling Knight.
Okay. Okay. So that's 2 degrees of success. What's your damage?
5.
5, and then, so it's 10, and he's so 1 damage. So basically nick him, And he's like, you can shoot at me as much as you want. I'm coming for you. Sir Renaud.
Sir Renaud presses his attack against the Smiling Knight, doing everything he can to kill such a wicked, evil person. He's going to use an aim action.
Okay.
He also has a wound, if I'm not mistaken.
Renaud? No, he doesn't. Unless he took one.
Yeah, he did take one, because
Okay.
Big Belly Ben broke his head in half.
Okay.
Gave it a shell shot.
Hey,
Yeah, but it's minus a die, so...
that's why it's the keep 3.
Oh, I see.
Because it
All
was
right.
4 for fighting.
Oh,
2,
God.
'cause
Okay, so
I can't add a aim die to it.
Yeah, three degrees of success. His damage is 4, right?
5.
15, huh? Okay, so that would be 6.
Renault shouts, I will remove that wicked tongue from your mouth.
So I'm going to take an injury. Puts him down at 2. He's getting cut up and he's kind of on the defensive and he's like, would you kill one of these, fat man? And Big Belly Ben is like, with pleasure. And he kind of levels his Warhammer at Renaud.
Renaud, bob and weave, baby. Just bob and weave. That's all you need.
He zigged instead of zagging.
Oh, that's not good.
You leaned into the hit there.
He's
Renaud.
9, right? 9?
Yeah, he takes another wound and marks 2 more pieces off the old armor.
Yeah, and that was 4 degrees of success, 40 damage.
Jesus Christ. Ah. Man, I don't even know who to hit anymore. Who looks the most beat up?
So Ryan's dead. The most beat up,
If you could catch him.
the Smiling Knight's pretty beat up in front of you. Toyn's pretty beat up. You could reach him. Ulmer you could reach, who is probably fairly squishy because he's wearing hide armor. The Smiling Knight has half plate. Big Belly Ben has chain. Ulmer has hide. Simon Toyn has half plate. Winda has hide, and Fletcher Dick has nothing. Now,
Yeah, I think Big Belly Ben's about to get swiped again. I've already put hurting on him, so I may as well continue.
okay.
Let's see.
God, he rolled a 27 with a wound, even. Well, he rolled 2 6s and 3 5s, so it doesn't help.
Let's see.
21, so that's 2 degrees of success.
Hasn't he taken shattering damage? No, not Big Belly Ben.
No,
So it's 14 damage.
you don't. Your weapon doesn't have shattering, does it?
No, it
Yeah, I didn't think so. So, so what was your damage again? Sorry.
doesn't. It's 7 base, but it's 14
So
altogether.
yeah, 14. So his chain is he would take 9. So let me just check his endurance real quick. So he will take an injury. Where is he? Okay. Alright, so you hit him well, and he staggers back with blood running down. It hits the side of his face, and like you can just tell his like left side of his face is like broken, but he doesn't fall somehow. So, Fletcher Dick, who is very hurt.
Oh god.
Too soon.
So, even though he's so hurt, he moves into position to shoot the only person he can, and it's Black Ben. That's incredible.
How's he still keeping 6 dice?
Yeah, how? What?
He shouldn't be.
I think the wound mechanic is instead of taking off the keep dice, taking off the roll dice.
Now, hold on. Let me look here. Okay, he's got 2 wounds selected. He rolls. Okay, his normal roll. He has 6 marksmanship with 5 bows, but his curved blade, so he should roll 10 and keep 6. So what happened here? So he rolled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh no, the 3 and the 2 are grayed out. 12, 17.
No, yeah, you just keep rolling really well with these guys.
Yeah.
Well, no, I see what it's doing. It's, yeah, you would only keep 4 of those dice if you took 4 wounds, so it should be, I mean, unless I've got it wrong, the 6, 6, the 5, and the 4. I mean, it's still a good hit, but it's not that insane hit. I think what it's doing, it's keeping the 6 dice, which is his marksmanship.
Well, does he have an injury too? No, he doesn't have an
Fletcher
injury.
Dick has 2 wounds.
He has 2 wounds, right? So he should. Alright. Alright, guys, calm down in the chat so I can hover over this. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Yeah, he should not keep that many. It should be 21.
It makes it a little bit better.
I mean, he still nailed me, but I mean, it wasn't a 4-degree success.
Yeah, 21 versus what's yours?
Mine is 9.
So let me see. I just want to see this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he only rolled 8. That's actually not right.
Yeah.
He should be rolling. He should roll 10 and keep 4.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to do this by hand, but let's just go with 21. Okay. So 21. You said 10.
9.
9. So that's 3 degrees of success. His bow does a shit ton. Yeah, it's 30. You're gonna have to
Another
take a wound. Yeah.
Yeah, 1 more wound, I die.
Alright, so Ulmer turns and fires at Lord Garth because he's just gigantic and right in his face. So, now I've got to kind of... Okay, so he doesn't have anything, so I can just do this. 13 versus, what is Lord Garth?
9.
So that's not going to be enough to hurt him. He just skips off his armor. Wenda, she's not in position to shoot anyone. She delays. So Simon Toyne attacks Otto back. He has... Okay, so he didn't take a wound or anything. Alright.
Gotta kill one of them.
22. What is Otto's defense?
10.
10, so that's 3 degrees of success. That's 15. What's your armor?
7.
So that's 8. So with 8, you actually have no... So you can take 8 damage, no problem. You have 12 health. Oh no, you have 3. You have 3. Sorry. Because, yeah, it wasn't... Is that right to you? I had written in there, so 8. So basically, what's your endurance?
Endurance is a 4.
So that would only get you to 4. You have to take a wound, but you can take. Oh yeah, this one. Well, since we've been doing it this way, I'll let you take up to 4 wounds in this scene. So you need to take 1 more wound for that hit.
Right.
We'll do it right next time. But
Right.
since I've been doing it that way for this scene, we'll just let you have 1
Well,
more.
it seems like in the book that's the way you would do it, from what I read, but it's not when you look at it again.
Yeah, I just never. I guess I never had this many wounds in one set, so I didn't know. I guess. Otto, you're up.
All right, Otto's going to return the favor.
Just hit him, crack him.
13's not bad, but we got. See, I don't think we can. Did it roll right? It rolled. The injury's right, but it rolled 4 dice.
It's ticking off 3, and he's only rolling 4 because he has a bonus die of 3.
Let me see. Let me see what it should be. This is irritating. It doesn't work right. I just assumed it was. So, technically, before that, he should be rolling 7. Okay. So, his worked right, looked like. No, he rolled 4. That's not
Yeah,
right.
it shows he's rolling 4 and then subtracting 1 for the injury. It's what it's doing is it's subtracting the
the
wound
wrong
penalty
way.
to the dice rolled and keeping.
Yeah,
the
somebody
wrong amount, so-
somebody didn't know the rules. So basically, roll 7 dice, and keep 3 of them minus 1.
All right. Now, is that accounting for his expertise?
Oh no, it's actually not. So keep another dice
And roll another die.
and roll another die. Yep.
So roll 8, keep 4.
What's your fighting normally?
Fighting is 4.
No, you should. So normally with expertise, it would be. How many wounds do you have? You have 2 wounds, right? Or 3? You have 3
3
wounds.
wounds. Yeah.
Oh, so wait. Okay, so normally you would roll
8, keep 5.
8, keep 5. So you're gonna roll 8, keep 2. Right?
Yep.
Yes!
Nice.
So time. So it's 1 degree of success. What's your damage?
8.
8. And you have shattering 2, right?
Shatter 1.
Shatter 1, so it pops him down. So he took 2 hit point damage. So he falls back under your attack as you kind of both are bloodied and standing toe to toe. The Smiling Knight. He's like, "Fuck all of you! I'm doing what I want." 1, 2, 3, 4. He just runs away from everybody else and charges. Doesn't charge. Actually, he does charge. He charges Black Ben. So
Black Ben knows his days are numbered and screams as the Smiling Knight runs. I'll see you in hell, you cunt.
Alright, so let me see here. So, okay. How many injuries and wounds? Okay, so he has 1 injury. That's easy. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think he has any wounds.
No wounds. So he normally rolls 10 dice. Or he's going to roll. So, yes. Let's see. He rolls 1, actually. He keeps 1 last. So I'll just subtract it. So actually, 17. What's your defense?
Defense is 9.
2 degrees of success. That's 10.
Minus 5 for armor. How many hit points do I have left?
4.
4. So I'm going to take
Injury.
2. How much damage did I take, you said?
You took 5.
So I will take another injury.
That's your first injury. Yeah.
That's my first injury, and then that'll take 3 more hit points off, or 2.
What's your endurance?
It is 4 or 3.
Did you change your bar 3 already? You did, didn't you? It was 4. Did you edit that or did I? Oh, wrong person. Sorry.
Yeah, this is Black Ben, not Renaud.
Right. So okay. So it should be 2. Yep. Your endurance is 3, correct?
Yep.
So now you have 2 hit points left. Okay, so he doesn't kill you. So now what? He's like surprised he doesn't kill you. He's like looking at you and he's like,
Utter the words, Black Ben. Utter the words.
Not so tough when men aren't wrapped up to trees. Black Ben knows he cannot go toe-to-toe with this individual. And does a double move.
Oh,
Which
pussy.
would be what?
8. You can move up to 8.
Flee, Black Ben. Run up the stairs.
Are these half circles cover?
Sure.
He runs into the corner, definitely not cowering, in an attempt to reload his crossbow as he runs from the insane knight.
Okay.
And now Renaud,
Yep.
who has 2 wounds, keeps at it with Big Ben, knowing he is clearly outmatched, but attempting to cause some sort of injury to perhaps give his Lord Garth a chance.
Well, Big Ben is actually kind of messed up at this point.
Yeah.
He's got 1 injury, 1 wound, and only 2 hit points left. That's what happens when you fight Lord Garth, I guess.
Yay!
12, 5, 2 degrees of success. Damage 5
10
minus.
damage.
So 5 damage. He's gonna at least have to take a wound, or I mean, an injury. So let's see. I can't remember what it is. Where is he? Yeah. He's got to take an injury, which he's got 5 endurance. So. This is bad guy. 2 injuries. Okay, now it's his turn, and he obviously retaliates. So he has 2 injuries. Does he have any wounds? He has 1 wound, so I'm going to do this by hand. So, yeah. that right?
10 for him.
2 degrees of success, it's 20 minus, what is his now, 6?
He now has 5, because he has Shattering 2, correct?
Yep.
So he has 5.
So where that says so it's 15. So he needs to take a wound, or probably a wound. Yeah, that's all I can do.
He can't do 3 injuries.
Sure,
that would be 12. That'd be 12 damage. And how many hit points did he have left?
1. So actually he can't.
No, I do have to take a wound. He has become combat ineffective. Renaud tries to stand tall, is just mercilessly beat into the ground by Big Belly Ben.
And now his armor is like 4 or something.
It is down to 3.
Yeah. Ryan Hillwood's dead, so Lord Garth.
Lord Garth is going to... Simeon is, he's gonna strike Simon and give it all he's got.
Alright, so you'll be rolling, let's see. You have 1 wound, so you'll be rolling...
Hey, shouldn't Ben's Borehammer have slow?
Yeah, that just means you can't,
Can't do split attacks.
yeah, split attacks.
So that's gonna be...
So you can't use the fast, or whatever it's called, divided attack. That's what it means.
Okay.
Yeah. So you should be rolling 8 dice, keeping 3.
D6, keep 3, and we...
2 degrees of success. What's your damage?
14.
So that's 8. And let's see. He's gonna have to take a wound. So you come up and just smash him when he's not paying attention. He's like, basically falls over almost, and barely keeps standing and looks up. And they're obviously were not expecting this sort of fight. So you're giving it to him as good as you're getting it, at least.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're back to the top of the order now.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll take arrows for you.
So Dick can't shoot. Well, you know what? I think he has accurate. Be the first time I've ever used that quality ever. So I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. He does have accurate. Accurate gives what? +5 defense? Or +3? I can't remember. Let's just say +5. So
Talking about the quality accurate?
No, cover. What does cover give you? Accurate gives +1 versus cover. I'm just going to say 5. I think it's 3 or 5. I can't remember which, but let's see. So Fletcher Dick's going to shoot with a basically you get +4 cover. We'll say that. Makes sense. So this is the one that's really screwed up. So 10.
He has 2 wounds, yeah?
3. Yep. Roll 9, keep 3. Yep. Roll 9, keep 3 is what he gets.
And it is +5 combat defense. I just found that.
So 16, what's your combat defense normally?
It is now 14.
14, 1 degree of success. 10 damage versus what's your...
5.
So you take 5 damage.
I will take 2 injuries. I have now reached my injury cap.
And you're at 1 hit point.
Yep.
So he basically shoots kind of like the perfect shot, and it just like clips you in the shoulder.
Black Ben strings together a great group of cuss words as he thought he was covered from the old fart's arrow.
So Ulmer shoots the guy directly in front of him, which is Garth. I knew this fight would take forever. So 16 versus, what's your defense?
9.
2 degrees of success. 5, which your is 9, right? Your armor rating's 9.
No, my armor rating's 10.
Oh, 10. So 5 damage.
Okay, I'll take the damage.
You can't. You're at 5.
Yes, I can. No, I'm at that. I'm doing it
Oh,
so I can track it. So
you're at 10.
I'm now at 10. I'm now at 10 out of 15. I haven't taken a lot of damage this fight.
Okay. All right.
Well, that was the only way I could manipulate the thing because it wouldn't let me subtract down. It would only let me go up. So I just changed it and went
That's
up.
fine. Yeah, I'm doing it. I figured out why. We'll talk about it later. It's fine. Okay. So and Winda shoots at you too, since you're the easiest shot for her. She's gonna aim, which I haven't been doing. So she will aim. So that is, she doesn't have anything. So 5. So. $25 versus 9, correct?
Sure.
That's going to be 4 degrees of success, 20 minus 10, so 10 damage.
10 damage.
Which
I can take.
So basically, you need to take an injury is the best you can do.
Yeah, I'll just take an injury.
What's your endurance then?
5.
So you'll take 5 damage. Simon Toy. What's that?
I'm trying to figure out, like, because I took an injury and I'm only taking 5 from that.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to take the 5?
Well, so the way it works, you took 10 damage, right? And so, originally, so she shot you, she did 10 damage. So after,
and I can just take 2 injuries and negate all the damage.
You could, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll just do that then.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so Simon Toyne turns on Otto as they battle back and forth. Actually, you know what? Simon Toyne with Garth on him would run away.
You little coward! You coward! That's actually what Garth says.
So he turns and basically runs from being pinched in between the two. It's Otto's turn.
Well, since Toyne just ran...
Double your move speed as a charge, yeah?
Yes.
You could totally hit Fletcher right now.
That's a table in the way, though. This is a table. Can't move through it.
Right. Well, he moved through it.
Did he? I don't think he did.
He went,
No, I went like this. I mean, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You could go around it. You could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and end up here. You could do that.
Yeah, Marty.
But yeah, that's going to be rough because then that's one more dice, you lose.
Ah, yeah. Well, why don't you just move to kill Ben? At least we'll bring one of them down.
Okay, so move 86, keep 2, -1.
1 degree of success. What's your damage?
8.
So he takes 3. He needs to take an injury. So he takes an injury and negates it all. So I think that's he gets 4, right? So yeah, he takes an injury.
Don't forget about Shattering.
Yep, I won't. So another injury and Shattering 1, correct?
Yep.
Okay. So you slam into him and he staggers. All right. Smiling Knight with nobody to fight. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he just keeps chasing you. He's not letting you go.
Black Ben, seeing it coming, yells, "What are you, queer for me? Get away!"
He's like, "Oh yes, my blade is very queer for you." Oh shit, that was not right. I'll redo that because that wasn't right. Correct.
Rip, Black Ben, we hardly knew you.
Oh, actually, that's probably okay. So 23, because I still roll it. Yeah, 20. It's going to be 22.
Nine.
9. That's still 3 degrees of success. 15 minus 5. 10 damage.
Sings a swan song.
Alright, so you can go ahead and narrate it.
Black Ben, after so many years of faithful service and crippled from the Smiling Knight finally finishes the job with a wicked charge and a one-handed chop down onto Ben's right arm, severing it from his torso. He looks down briefly in disbelief, and the last things he utters is, "You bitch," and then falls forward onto him, then to the ground, crumpling, seeing white light, and that is it.
And the Smiling Knight, basically as you're on the ground, steps on your face as he pivots to turn the other way and look at the fighting. Alright, Sir Renaud.
Renaud, barely cognizant of where he is due to the severe concussions he has sustained, makes a feeble swing at Ben, eyes blurred.
I like that the archers are the ones that are standing out in the circle, and we're just beating this big Hulk down, and we're gonna get gunned down right at the end. Ugh.
So, in what passes as an aimed attempt at Big Belly Ben's belly,
Aim at the broken chainmail on his belly.
Okay, so he has 3 wounds.
Big Belly Ben? Oh,
No,
Renaud. 6. So he swings like meekly, and he just kind of knocks the blade aside with his warhammer.
Renaud gives a and stumbles forward.
And he turns to the 2 beasts and old men attacking him and just swings as hard as he can at Lord Garth.
No.
Let's see. So Big Belly Ben. Let's see how much wounds. He has 1 wound. Okay, so I'm rolling. So it's actually a 14.
Because he has a -1. Okay.
Yep.
So I mean, it's not double degrees, but it's just a degree.
What's your defense? 9.
9. Yeah.
Yep. So that's 2 degrees.
How?
5 is 2 degrees of success.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's 20 damage minus 10, right? So
Yeah.
10.
I'll take 2 injuries.
Okay, so that puts you at 4. Okay. Ryan's dead. It's your turn. Lord Garth.
Lord Garth will. He'll stand where he is and swing it. Big Belly Ben. He knows he's not going to get away. Well, no. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, but yeah, okay, well, I have no choice. At this point, swing at Big Belly Ben.
Yeah, so you roll 8, keep 3, minus 4.
4, yeah.
Aim, Garth.
Yeah, you can aim too. So you roll 9, keep 3, minus 4.
That should do it right. So that's more than his defense by, I think.
6. 2 degrees of success. 14.
Well, 14.
14 minus, let me see what his armor shape is right now. His armor is at 4, so it's 10. So
wasn't
yeah.
it before? Well, whatever. I just
He
wanted to get through this.
he had so autos is 1, right? And he had chainmail, so it was 5.
Yeah,
so
okay.
so he's at 4 now. So basically that's 10. He has to take a wound.
Yeah, but everybody else would just run around, and I can't do that.
Yeah, Fletcher Dick's turn. He'll shoot you with his very complicated. He is. Let's see. He aims, so that's Actually, you can't do that. Yeah, no, you can. So it's 4. So that's 11. Keep 4. So you got any injuries? No. Alright.
I only have
9. That's 4 degrees of success. It's 40 damage.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much I can do about that. I
Yeah.
think I just die.
You gotta take a wound.
Oh yeah, no, I can take a wound.
Yeah. Alright, so Almer will shoot at Garth as well. Trying to get through this a little quicker here. He's fine. 21 versus 9 is, let's see, that is 3 degrees of success. So it's 15 minus 10. That's 5. But you could take that in hit points.
I'd be at 0 then.
Oh, would you? I thought you were at 10, but that's okay. So you can't. I thought we were 4 injuries. I didn't think. Yeah, whatever. Whatever you want to do.
Can I go up to my maximum injuries, or is it just?
No, once you go, you can't get to 0.
All right. Well, I guess I have to take a wound.
Okay. So they're just picking you off now. And Wenda does the same thing, shoots at you. $12, God, awful roll. So that just bounces off. It doesn't do anything. So Simon, standing there, delays. Otto's turn.
Alright. Otto goes after Ben. I guess I can aim this time.
Yep. He's like wobbling there. $11, 1 degree of success. What's your damage?
It is 8.
So he takes 4 damage. He has to take he takes an injury as he just gets battered some more.
His armor goes down again.
Yep. His armor's down to 3.
Come on, Renaud, you can do it.
It's a Smiling Knight stirred. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he rushes back up here after he's killed Black Ben, and he basically tries to attack Renaud from the rear. So he just has 1 injury, so he's alright to do that. So 25.
I think that's Renaud dead.
I think so too.
Oh, let's see here. Renaud, excited to become a knight. The joy is short-lived.
Last 30
as
minutes.
he made the attempt to be a hero and save his Lord Garth. The pounding that he received at the hands of Big Belly Ben was just softening him up for a cowardly blow from behind from the Smiling Knight. He looks down to see the blade pierce through his torso and looks up and slowly slumps to the ground.
Okay. So that would be Big Belly Ben's turn now, who is so fucked up, but he keeps attacking. Attacks Lord Garth with his warhammer. Let me figure this out. God, he has 4 injuries and 2 wounds, so 11d6. Keep 3 minus 4. 14 versus 9, 2 degrees of success, 20 damage.
I think I'm just dead. Think I can do anything about that. I could take a wound.
Alright, so you should narrate it. I think you're right, because...
no, I can take a wound. I have 5 endurance.
Yeah, you can take 1 more then.
I'm at 4 now. I thought I could go to 5. Cause
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I just get smacked by this thing, and yeah, I'm starting to wobble now.
So Toyne, who had delayed, sees you on the edge and charges 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back over like the coward he is. So let's see what Toyne is. 17 versus 9, 2 degrees of success, 10 damage, minus 10, nothing. Although Big Belly Ben has Warhammer, so your armor is actually at 8 now. So
I still have 4 or 5 HP, so if
yes.
he's...
Yep, so you'd be down to 3 HP then.
Yeah, I just get sliced by him. And I'm
Yep.
standing there wobbling.
So, back to the top. Fletcher Dick. Shoot you. And God, do I not like this guy's. Okay, so -2. So he aims. So that would be 11d6 keep 4. Right? Yes. $18. So that's 2 degrees of success, 20 damage.
Then that. Oh no, I still have a wound.
I thought you should have just taken one. You had 4.
No, I took HP. I took HP from that. I only took 3.
It was before
yeah.
Torin, right? Though it was Big Belly Ben. You were supposed to take the wound.
Well, I have 5 endurance, and I took a wound because I was only on 3, and that brought me up to 4.
Okay, I thought it was the other way around. That's fine. Hold on 1 second.
I'll take that wound, and that is my last. And we are left standing.
Yeah, not for long.
Okay, you took another wound.
Yep, it's at 5 now, so no more of that shenanigans.
All right, so Ulmer, standing right next to you, who is completely healthy. The only one that I think, well, there's 2 of them that haven't been hurt. But oh, that's bad. So that would be 3 degrees of success.
Yeah, well, was it me or Otto?
That was you.
Well, then that's it. Like I can't do anything. So I think Lord Garth just gets an arrow wherever you want it.
You narrate it with all the arrows in you, and it's this lumbering giant.
Yeah, like I think Lord Garth, like Otto, you get like a side, like a view of him as he's just getting pounded on by everyone, and there's like arrows coming in from all directions as it slows down, and we see like Lord Garth kind of just like grin and like reach out with his hand to like grab Simon's collar as Simon just kind of like cuts him, and he's like slumps forward after that, and there's like a burst of arrow through Lord Garth's throat, through his like Adam's apple, and he's trying to hold on and hold himself up on Simon, and he just stands there for another second as the battle kind of fades out, and he just eventually lets go and slumps to his knees and falls forward, gurgling.
And as you fall forward, Simon kicks your chest as hard as he can, toppling over backwards. And the rest of them surround Otto. And they're going to try to take you alive. So what does Otto do?
Yeah, Otto fights on.
Okay, so they're gonna... So I'm just gonna kind of fight at this because it's late and I think that they probably could do this. So as you're holding them off for a while, but then you're fighting mostly Big Belly Ben, and Toyn comes up behind you and kind of knocks you over from all your injuries, and they just kind of dogpile on top of you and try to hold you down. And eventually, they're able to secure your arms and tie you up. Unless, well, if you want to keep fighting, that's fine. But unless you want to do something narrative, yeah. So basically, they eventually capture you after hard fighting, and yeah. So the last thing is here. So Lord Garth and his subjects returned to House Hilwood facing incredible odds. Misfortune had come to them in a short period, and although they fought it, there was naught to be done. Many lost their lives, including Lord Garth and others. Lady Talia had been violated and badly injured, and of course both Damon and Ryan Hilwood had fallen to what would become the Kingswood Brotherhood. The banner of death was all that hung after they went, taking supplies, gold, and hostages. Will there be any bards to sing the song of House Hilwood? Or like so many others, will it fade into nothing, barely remembered by the most insignificant tome of history is lost to the shelves of the Citadel? And that's where we end. Based on what happened in the session, that will affect the 289 Hilwood game, obviously. So Otto is still alive as far as we know, but everyone else is dead except Thiermer. We don't know what happened to him. So yeah, I appreciate you guys playing through this plot.
Oh yeah.
Knowing that your fates were pretty much sealed here. Obviously, I didn't go easy on you. Each one of these guys has a very big build with at least 100 XP. So you guys actually did very well, considering that. The Smiling Knight, I think, has 200 XP, for instance. So, yeah, you guys did really well. It just proves how crazy the system is. It doesn't matter how good you are, you can still get really fucked up by someone.
And the crazy thing is that like how often they were hitting such high numbers to all of us, and how long we stuck around. Like,
yeah, I mean, injuries and wounds, it always helps, right? And heavy armor does too, right? Garth having half plate helped, you know. I think Otto had pretty big armor too. I can't remember what it was.
Scale and armor
scale.
mastery.
Oh, armor mastery helps, but yeah, scale's not that great. But yeah, I mean, even Ryan took a while to. I mean, he's the wimpiest guy on here, and he survived. Yeah, so yeah, unfortunately, Adam and Roderick both die in Robert's Rebellion, but they were saved for now. Yeah, so I appreciate everybody playing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Good game, guys.
And we will start up a new plot here soon. We'll figure out what we want to do and go from there.
Yeah, definitely.
I will talk to everybody tomorrow. Just let me know if you have any questions or comments. If there's anything I can do better, please let me know. I'm not the most experienced at this, so just let me know.
I felt it was great. Yeah, no, I felt it was great. I don't have anything to add.
Cool. All right. Well, I will talk to you guys later.